All men should watch this video. She's already into you if she does these 8 things. Old Stoic Wisdom. Welcome back, gentlemen. Have you ever found yourself wondering how to truly read the silent signals a woman sends when she's genuinely interested? It's not just about words or flashy gestures. Real attraction often whispers in subtle, quiet ways. Too many men miss these signs, not because they're hidden, but because they're overlooked by those who aren't paying close enough attention. This is where the wisdom of the Stoics becomes invaluable. A Stoic man doesn't chase validation or rush into uncertainty. He observes carefully, understands what others ignore, and responds with calm confidence and clear intent. Ask yourself, have you ever felt a woman pull you close one moment, then retreat the next? That push and pull is not confusion. It's a language, a delicate dance of emotions. Today, I'm going to share with you 8 subtle, unmistakable signs she's into you. These aren't cheap tricks or manipulative tactics. They're grounded in deep psychology and emotional truth. These signs reveal authentic interest, often long before a word is spoken. By learning to recognize these behaviors, you gain more than just attraction. You build emotional intelligence, self-assurance, and a genuine connection. Why does this matter? Because misreading these signals leads many men to act too soon or miss their moment entirely. But the man who sees clearly moves with strength, not desperation. He understands that true attraction isn't just about desire, it's about timing, trust, and shared energy. This insight doesn't just give you an advantage, it grants peace of mind. A Stoic man needs no games. He sees the truth plainly, and that truth sets him apart. So stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll possess the quiet power to read between the lines, to understand what she's truly communicating without a single word. The truth is, women often express attraction non-verbally. When you master these cues, you unlock a deeper level of connection. Let's begin with the psychology behind female attraction. Why are women drawn to certain qualities? Evolutionary psychology reveals that women seek traits signaling strength, stability, and emotional security, not just physical power, but confidence, attentiveness, and the ability to create a safe space. Here's the key. While men often respond to what they see, women respond more to how they feel. It's never about the car you drive or the watch you wear. It's about how you make her feel seen, heard, and valued. When a woman experiences this, it awakens a profound connection that transcends surface-level attraction. But here's the catch. Attraction is rarely straightforward. Women communicate interest through nuanced, sometimes subtle behaviors. Missing these cues leads to confusion or lost chances. That's why understanding these signals is crucial. When you can tell the difference between genuine attraction and casual friendliness, you gain the confidence to act appropriately and avoid costly mistakes. Remember, one isolated sign might mean little, but when several signs appear together, that's when you know something real is happening. Sign 1. Playful teasing or flirting. This is the stage where things begin to take an exciting turn. If she's cracking jokes, playfully challenging you, or mock arguing about something trivial, it's a clear sign that she's into you. But why do women engage in this behavior? Well, flirting is not just about fun. It's a natural, instinctive way to build comfort and establish a unique bond between two people. When she teases you, it's not only a way to keep the conversation lively, but also to gauge your reaction and establish rapport. Psychologically, it's a tool for emotional connection, helping both individuals feel more comfortable around each other while also creating a sense of anticipation and excitement. Think of it as a game, one that brings the two of you closer together without any serious stakes. The key is that she's creating a space for playful interaction, one that invites you to engage with her on a deeper level while maintaining a sense of fun and lightness. How should you respond to this? The first rule is simple. Match her energy. If she's teasing you in a light-hearted, playful manner, you should mirror that tone. Humor and confidence are the weapons you need. When you laugh at her teasing, it shows that you don't take yourself too seriously. And that's a very attractive trait. But be careful not to overdo it. Don't turn her playful jabs into a full-blown competition. The point is not to outdo her, but to create a back-and-forth exchange that stays fun and engaging. For example, if she teases you about your choice of drink, don't get defensive or upset. Laugh it off and throw a playful tease back her way, keeping the mood light and positive. This is your opportunity to show her your charismatic side and demonstrate that you're comfortable with yourself and the playful energy she's creating. It's crucial to avoid taking her teasing too seriously or getting defensive. If you react with frustration or defensiveness, you'll kill the playful vibe and create distance between you two. The goal here is to keep the interaction flowing with humour, not to turn it into a serious debate or competition. Think of it like this. The more you can laugh at yourself and roll with the playful punches, the more you'll show your emotional maturity and self-assuredness, both of which are incredibly attractive qualities. Keep in mind that this playful teasing isn't about putting anyone down. It's about building a connection and showing that you can take a joke and engage in light-hearted banter without any hard feelings. As ancient Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Teasing, when done right, is a way of making the most of the time you spend with someone. It's a way to connect, create joy, and build that ever-important bond that can turn into something much deeper. So the next time she teases you, embrace it as an opportunity to show your humour, charm, and confidence. Remember that this is just one of the many subtle signs that she's interested in you. So don't overthink it. Just enjoy the moment and keep the energy light. As always, be yourself, but be the best version of yourself and let the connection flow naturally. What do you think? Have you experienced playful teasing in your interactions with someone? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your experiences. If you've made it this far, you're already ahead of the game. Most men miss these subtle signs and stay stuck in the cycle of confusion. Don't be one of them. Comment below. I am ready to match her energy and take the next step in connecting. Sign 2. She mirrors your body language. When a woman mirrors your body language, it's one of the most powerful yet subtle signs that she's genuinely drawn to you. This behaviour, where she instinctively mimics your gestures, posture, or even movements, isn't something she's consciously doing to impress you. Rather, it's a natural and subconscious response that happens when two people are emotionally connected. It's almost like a hidden dance, one that doesn't need words or overt actions, but speaks volumes about the depth of the connection between the two of you. Picture this. As you lean forward in conversation, she does the same without thinking twice. Or when you cross your legs, she mirrors the position as if drawn by an invisible force. It's not just about copying. It's about syncing with each other's energy in such a way that there's a harmonious flow between you both. She's signalling her comfort, trust, and growing attraction towards you, all without uttering a single word. Psychologically, this is rooted in the concept of rapport, an unspoken bond that develops between people who feel safe, comfortable, and aligned emotionally. Mirroring body language is one of the clearest subconscious ways our minds express this connection. It shows that she's not just physically present in the moment, but is emotionally attuned to your presence. When you notice this kind of behaviour, it's a sign that she feels drawn to you on a deeper level. This is more than just about mimicking movements. It's about a shared rhythm and an alignment of energies. It's as if her mind and heart are instinctively echoing yours, signalling that she's comfortable and genuinely invested in the interaction. She's showing you that she's not just there physically, but that she's emotionally engaged, invested, and open to what's unfolding between you. Now, as a modern Stoic, you know that true connections aren't forced or rushed. The beauty of any relationship lies in its natural unfolding. And this is exactly where the magic of Stoic wisdom comes into play. Stoicism teaches us the power of being present, of letting go of the need to control every moment, and instead allowing things to unfold organically. When you notice her mirroring you, it's an invitation to be your truest self. It's not about performing, impressing, or overanalyzing her every move. Instead, embrace the moment with steadiness, confidence, and authenticity. Just as Stoics teach us to master our reactions, now is the time to master your calmness and presence. Don't overthink this connection or try to force it into something it's not. Allow it to grow at its own pace, organically and naturally, because that's where the deepest and most meaningful bonds are created. Furthermore, this mirroring also speaks to something deeper: emotional safety. Women are drawn to men who make them feel secure, not just physically, but emotionally. When she mirrors your body language, it's a sign that she feels at ease in your presence. It's a subtle yet profound sign of trust. She's allowing herself to be vulnerable with you, even in the smallest ways, like unconsciously echoing your movements. This kind of behavior shows that she's not just comfortable, but that she's starting to build a deeper emotional connection with you. This is where your role as a Stoic comes into play. By staying calm, steady, and confident, you reinforce the emotional safety she feels around you. It's not about forcing a deeper connection, but rather about letting her feel secure enough to open up and mirror your energy naturally. And this, my friend, is where the true beauty lies. When two people come together not by force or by artificial effort, but by the natural alignment of their energies, mirroring body language is a powerful yet gentle sign that something deeper is happening beneath the surface. When you notice it, don't overanalyze it or try to figure out her every move. Instead, recognize it for what it is: an unspoken sign that she's comfortable, attracted to you, and emotionally invested in the connection. Respond by continuing to be steady and present. Don't rush it. Let the connection unfold naturally and without pressure. Embrace the subtle beauty of the moment and let it grow at its own pace. If you remain confident, calm, and true to yourself, the bond will strengthen and the attraction will only deepen. The key to all of this is patience and self-awareness. Mirroring is just one sign of many that a woman may give when she's interested, but it's one of the most authentic and telling. In a world where people are often caught up in external validation and superficial connections, there's something incredibly powerful about a connection that arises naturally. By being present and patient, you create an environment where this kind of connection can thrive. Trust in the process, remain steady in who you are, and watch as the attraction grows stronger. The truth is, relationships that are built on mutual trust and emotional alignment, like the mirroring of body language, are the ones that last. So, continue to be present, confident, and true to yourself, and let the connection deepen with every subtle, unconscious mirroring moment. Drop a comment below and say, "I will remain calm, steady, and true to myself." Sign 3. She finds ways to be close to you. When a woman is truly attracted to you, one of the clearest signs will be her constant effort to be close to you. This isn't just by chance. It's a purposeful, deliberate action. She'll find ways to position herself near you, whether it's in a group setting, a meeting, or even just in passing. It's subtle, but it speaks volumes. For example, in a crowded room or a packed event, she might make it a point to sit next to you. Even though there are plenty of empty seats around, this is more than a casual choice. It's a deliberate decision to create an opportunity for connection, to be close to you. She's drawn to your energy, to your presence, and she wants to feel that proximity. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. This Stoic wisdom reminds us that our response to situations defines us. Remaining calm, measured, and in control is a reflection of our strength. If you notice this sign, don't rush to act immediately. Patience is a key Stoic virtue, and here it serves you well. Instead of diving in headfirst, take a moment to reflect and observe the situation with clarity. Just because someone shows interest doesn't mean you need to rush in. In fact, one of the most powerful actions you can take is to remain grounded. Take your time and let the connection evolve naturally. It's not about forcing anything. It's about creating space for genuine interaction, allowing things to unfold in their own time. the energy of mutual respect and understanding will always be more powerful than a rushed or forced connection. If you feel the same way, seize the opportunity to subtly reciprocate, but don't push it. Allow the natural rhythm of the relationship to lead the way. A strong connection doesn't need to be forced. It simply grows from moments like these. Sign 4. She makes an effort to include you in her future plans. When a woman is truly into you, her thoughts extend beyond the present moment. She naturally begins to weave you into her future, whether it's mentioning an upcoming event, suggesting a trip, or talking about plans that involve you. This is a powerful sign because it shows she's imagining a continued connection with you, not just a fleeting encounter. From a Stoic perspective, this reflects a deeper level of trust and emotional investment. The Stoics teach us to live with intention and purpose, valuing relationships that grow organically over time. When she talks about the future with you in it, she's signaling that she values your presence and sees you as part of her life's journey. It might be subtle, a casual mention of a concert next month, a dinner with friends she invites you to, or a project she's excited about that she wants to share with you. These moments reveal that you've moved beyond mere acquaintance or casual dating. You're becoming someone significant in her world. This kind of inclusion shows vulnerability too. She's opening a door to let you step further into her life. And a Stoic man responds not with impatience or anxiety about what's next, but with calm acceptance and steady presence. He understands that genuine connection unfolds in its own time, and this is a beautiful invitation to keep building that connection patiently and sincerely. So, when she starts to include you in her future conversations or plans, take it as a clear sign. She's already into you, and she's ready to explore what lies ahead together. Sign 5. She tries to impress you. When a woman is into you, one of the most subtle signs you may notice is that she tries to impress you. She doesn't always make it obvious, but her actions and behavior often reveal a lot. Whether through her attire, mannerisms, or general demeanor, she will try to present herself in a way that leaves a positive impression on you. This could manifest in various forms, such as her dressing more elegantly when she knows she's going to see you, or subtly showing interest in the things that you care about. She might not directly express these intentions, but her body language and behavior are deliberately crafted to catch your attention, all while exuding an air of confidence and grace. For example, if you share an interest in a certain activity or topic, she may make an effort to learn about it, bringing it up in conversation, or suggesting an outing related to it. It's not just about impressing you on the surface, it's about creating a connection through thoughtfulness and attentiveness to your likes and values. In a modern context, this could be seen in how she dresses or the small gestures she makes to align with your interests. Anything from choosing a specific style of clothing that she knows you find attractive to surprising you with knowledge about something that's important to you. She's putting effort into presenting her best self in ways that go beyond the superficial, signaling that she values your opinion and wants to make a positive impact on you. In line with ancient Stoic wisdom, it's important not to rush to judgment when you notice these subtle signs. A Stoic mindset encourages us to remain calm and observe without rushing into conclusions based on fleeting impressions. The key here is to appreciate her confidence and effort, but also to be mindful of the deeper qualities that truly matter in a relationship. It's easy to be swept up by appearances, but true connection lies in the compatibility of values, shared goals, and mutual respect. Therefore, when you sense that she is trying to impress you, take a moment to reflect on whether her actions align with your own beliefs and what you truly value in a partner. Do her efforts show signs of genuine interest, or are they merely surface-level attempts? Stoicism teaches us to look beyond the superficial and understand the deeper motivations behind actions. Rather than getting caught up in the moment, take a step back and assess her behavior from a place of calm awareness. The Stoic approach encourages patience and discernment, allowing you to assess the situation objectively without letting emotions cloud your judgment. If you are aware of her subtle attempts to impress, Resist the urge to rush or make assumptions. Instead, recognize her confidence and self-assurance as a positive trait, but also be sure to evaluate the authenticity of your connection. Ask yourself if her behavior aligns with your values and whether there's a meaningful foundation on which to build a relationship. In the fast-paced world we live in today, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement of attraction and overlook the deeper qualities that lead to a lasting bond. Take your time, trust your instincts, and follow the Stoic path of thoughtful reflection. This balance of patience and awareness will guide you toward making wiser decisions in your relationships, focusing not just on how someone presents themselves, but on the true essence of who they are. If you're paying attention to these signs, you're already on the right path to understanding her better. Most people miss these subtle hints, but not you. You're learning to look beyond the surface and focus on what truly matters. Now, take a moment to reflect on this. I am patient. I observe and I choose wisely. If you agree, drop a comment below and let us know how you're applying Stoic wisdom to your relationships. Sign 6. Active listening and engaged responses. Listen carefully, true men. This message isn't for casual reading. It's your blueprint for mastery in connection, power, and presence. When she does these 8 unmistakable things, especially the one where she listens actively and responds with full engagement, she's not just interested. She's into you. This isn't a subtle hint. This is a roaring signal that demands your full attention. Understand this deeply. A woman who is genuinely drawn to you doesn't merely hear your words. She feels every one of them in her bones. She leans in, not out of obligation or social nicety, but because your presence warms her like the fire that chases away the cold in the darkest winter. Her eyes don't dart around. They fixate on you, steady and unwavering. Her attention is complete, focused like a laser beam cutting through distraction. She nods in agreement, mirrors your gestures, and laughs, not because she must, but because something inside her compels her to connect, to synchronize with your energy. This is no coincidence. This is psychology in action, backed by ancient wisdom. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. When a woman listens with full presence, she's letting your thoughts seep into her world, coloring her soul even if just for a fleeting moment." That is power. That is intentional. And in a world drowning in distractions, where people scroll endlessly, trapped in digital noise, undivided attention has become the most precious and rare form of intimacy you will ever encounter. She is not just responding, she is fully engaged. This, my friend, is your unmistakable signal, your opening, your call to action. But here's the crucial test. Will you rise to meet this moment, or will you let it slip away, fading into the background? A true Stoic man doesn't chase or beg. He attracts by embodying presence, strength, and calm. You don't need to fill the air with words or impress with stories. Your power lies in your ability to listen back, deeply, intentionally, and without distraction. Look her in the eyes, match her energy, refuse to settle for shallow small talk or meaningless chatter. Instead, ask the questions that pierce the surface and reveal what lies beneath. What drives her? What core beliefs does she hold silently, rarely expressing? That's where real connection lives. That's where true attraction flourishes, not through manipulation or tricks, but through raw, unfiltered authenticity. Be the rock in the storm. Be steady when everything around you is chaos. This is not about faking interest. It is about being interested, genuinely and profoundly. Because when a woman feels truly heard, she will open her heart. You don't force that open, you unlock it through focused attention and genuine respect. Never forget this. Attention is the currency of connection. She is investing it in you. That means everything. It means this moment is sacred. Don't fumble it. Respond like the king you are, the man who recognizes value when it is placed in his hands. If you see these signs in your life, declare it boldly in the comments. I now see the signs clearly. If this message hits home, ignites something inside you, don't just scroll by. Like this video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to this channel. Stoicism win, because this isn't just about understanding women. This is about mastering yourself. As Seneca said, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Be present, be powerful, be the man who commands respect simply by showing up fully, without distraction, without hesitation. This is your moment. This is your time. Claim it, own it, master yourself, and watch the world and her fall into place before you. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Act now. Your future, your happiness, your destiny depend on it. You are not here to be average. You are here to conquer, to lead, to dominate your life and your relationships with unwavering strength and clarity. The opportunity is before you. Will you seize it? Will you be the man who sees, who acts, who wins? The choice is yours. Make it now. Sign 7. She remembers the little details about you. In a world dominated by endless distractions, superficial conversations, and the constant rush of daily life, genuine attention has become one of the rarest gifts a person can offer. Most interactions today are fleeting. People often listen just enough to reply, not enough to understand. But when a woman is truly interested in you, she does something different. She remembers the small, seemingly insignificant details you share in passing. Whether it's your favorite meal you mentioned offhandedly, a hobby you casually described, or an important date you mentioned without fanfare, she holds on to these fragments of your life. This isn't happenstance or a polite gesture. It's a deliberate and meaningful act that reveals she values you deeply. She isn't merely hearing your words, she is actively listening, processing and treasuring them, because they represent parts of who you are. This level of attentiveness signals more than attraction. It's an investment of emotional energy and time, building the foundation for a meaningful and lasting connection. It means she's not just interested in the surface, but wants to understand the person beneath. From a Stoic perspective, this behavior mirrors the virtue of mindfulness, being fully present and engaged in the moment without distraction or haste. A Stoic man understands that true connection comes from careful observation and patience, not from jumping to conclusions or superficial judgments. When she recalls details from past conversations, it's evidence that she's mentally mapping out your character, values, and experiences. She's taking you seriously as a person, not treating you like just another passing face in the crowd. This deep engagement is rare in modern life, where most interactions skim the surface, and true attentiveness is overshadowed by phones, social media, and constant noise. So when she remembers the little things about you, it's her way of saying, "You matter." It's a silent but powerful affirmation of your significance in her world. Understanding this sign is crucial for any man who wants to build genuine relationships. Don't dismiss these moments as mere coincidence or politeness. Recognize them as profound expressions of care and respect. When she brings up something you said weeks ago, this isn't just a reminder, it's an invitation to deepen your bond, to open up further, and to appreciate the connection she's nurturing. You must meet this gesture with calm and sincere appreciation. A Stoic man does not respond with arrogance, impatience, or ego. Instead, he acknowledges the depth of her attention with quiet gratitude, understanding that such genuine engagement is a rare and precious thing. In today's fast-moving, results-driven world, it's easy to overlook these subtle signals. But if you want to cultivate a relationship that lasts, you must train yourself to see and value the details. This means practicing presence yourself, being as attentive and thoughtful as she is. When she remembers your favourite things, show that you remember hers as well. Let your actions reflect the same level of care and commitment she demonstrates. This mutual attentiveness creates a cycle of trust and respect that forms the bedrock of any strong partnership. Remember, being remembered is more than just about attraction. It's about being truly seen and understood. When someone takes the time to notice the little things, they're recognizing your uniqueness and your worth. In a culture that often reduces people to surface impressions and quick judgments, this kind of focused attention is revolutionary. It shows respect, it shows care, and it builds emotional safety, the essential soil in which love and trust grow. So, don't underestimate the power of the small details she recalls. They are not trivial. They are the quiet threads weaving your lives together. Embrace this sign and respond with the strength and presence that Stoic wisdom teaches. Acknowledge her attentiveness as a gift and a call to meet her with the same level of commitment and understanding. That is how you transform fleeting interest into a profound and enduring connection. Sign 8. She initiates contact or communication. Every man needs to understand this critical truth. When she initiates contact, whether it's a text message, a phone call, or suggesting plans to meet, she is already signaling a powerful level of interest. In today's world, where hesitation and the fear of rejection often keep people from making the first move, her reaching out shows unmistakable confidence and genuine desire to maintain a connection with you. This is not about games, manipulation, or testing boundaries. It is a clear, deliberate expression that you are on her mind, even when you're not physically together. She is consciously bridging the distance between you, striving to keep the energy alive and the relationship moving forward. You must recognize this for what it truly is, a valuable sign that the attraction is real and growing. But this is where the wisdom of the Stoics becomes essential, especially for a man who is wise and emotionally strong. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, taught us that self-control and patience are the highest forms of strength. He said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When she takes the initiative to reach out, do not let excitement cloud your judgment. Do not become desperate or overly eager. Instead, respond with calm assurance, demonstrating emotional mastery. This means you acknowledge and appreciate her effort without losing your own balance or sense of self. This level of composure shows that you are grounded and authentic, a man who is steady rather than frantic, confident rather than needy. That is the kind of man every woman respects and desires. Her initiative is not a demand or a test. It is an invitation. She is opening a door for you to step through, inviting you to walk beside her, not to rush or dominate, but to share the journey. This subtle power dynamic speaks volumes. Attraction is no longer one-sided, but growing in both directions. The true power lies in mutual respect, trust, and a shared willingness to invest effort. Seneca, another Stoic sage, reminds us, true happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future. This means you should appreciate her reaching out as a meaningful present moment, an opportunity to build something real, without panicking about what it means or what might come next. When she texts first or suggests meeting up, resist the urge to overanalyze every word or to jump to conclusions. Instead, respond with a quiet confidence that conveys your emotional maturity. Let her know you appreciate her effort by replying thoughtfully and with clarity, not desperation. This kind of response tells her you are someone who values connection but never loses yourself in the process. It shows that you are a man who commands respect through steadiness and authenticity. This is the dynamic that creates lasting attraction. You must never forget, she reaches out because she feels comfortable and safe with you, and you respond because you are dependable and true to yourself. In real life, this plays out every day. Maybe she sends a simple message asking how your day went, or suggests grabbing coffee on a Saturday afternoon. These moments might seem small, but they carry immense weight. They are her way of saying, "I want to keep you in my life." You must honor that by maintaining your own sense of calm and clarity. Don't rush to fill the silence with endless messages or seek constant reassurance. Instead, answer with intention, with a tone that says, "I'm here, I see you, and I respect your effort." That's how you nurture something meaningful. That's how you build a connection based on mutual effort and understanding. This is the essence of old Stoic wisdom applied to modern relationships. Balance your heart and your mind. Honor the signs she gives you, and never lose your composure or sense of self-worth. When a woman initiates contact, it's not just a sign of her interest, it's a test of your strength, your patience, and your emotional intelligence. You must rise to that test. This is your moment to demonstrate that you are a man who acts with purpose and clarity, not out of desperation, but from a place of steady confidence. So don't ignore it or dismiss it as trivial. When she reaches out first, see it as an opportunity, a doorway opening to a deeper connection. Walk through it calmly and deliberately, knowing that this exchange is the foundation for something real and lasting. Remember, attraction grows where there is respect, balance, and genuine effort on both sides. As Epictetus said, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. You have that power right now. Use it wisely. Thank you so much for watching all the way through this video. I truly appreciate you spending your time here. It means a lot. If you found this content valuable or eye-opening in any way, please take a moment right now to hit that like button. It helps the channel grow and allows me to keep creating content that cuts through the clutter and delivers real, actionable advice. And don't forget to share this video with your friends, family, or anyone you think might benefit from understanding these subtle but powerful signs that a woman is already into you. Sometimes the best insights are the ones passed along between friends, so help spread the knowledge. Also, if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. I'm committed to bringing you consistent, easy-to-understand advice rooted in old Stoic wisdom and practical relationship insights, the kind that you can actually apply in your life. There's so much out there that's confusing or overwhelming, but here we focus on what really matters, with clear guidance and no fluff. Now, I want to share a sincere piece of advice from the heart. Recognizing these 8 signs that she's already into you is more than just spotting behaviors. It's about learning to read the subtle language of genuine interest. When you start noticing these signs, you're no longer guessing or hoping. Instead, you have a confident understanding that helps you navigate relationships more smoothly and with authenticity. This awareness can save you from unnecessary frustration, give you the clarity to move forward or pull back when needed, and ultimately put you in the driver's seat of your own dating journey. I would love to hear your thoughts. Do these signs resonate with what you've experienced in your own life? Maybe you've noticed some different signals, or have stories where things clicked because you caught these subtle cues. Please drop a comment below and let's have an honest, open conversation. Sharing your experiences not only helps others, but can also deepen your own understanding. We're all learning together, and sometimes the best lessons come from community and shared insight. Remember, this knowledge isn't just about dating success. It's about developing a mindset of awareness and confidence in your relationships overall. When you pay attention to the little things, the small gestures, and those quiet moments, you begin to see the bigger picture. You build stronger connections based on real understanding instead of guesswork or wishful thinking. So take this wisdom and start applying it today. Watch for those signs, trust your instincts, and approach your interactions with a calm confidence. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes, and the better your relationships will feel. You deserve to feel sure of where you stand and to move forward with clarity and respect for both yourself and the other person. Thank you again for being here and investing your time in this. It truly means a lot to me. I am excited to continue this journey with you, sharing more insights and tools to help you build meaningful connections. Stay tuned for the next video where we'll explore even more practical, real-world advice you can use right away. Until then, take care of yourself, stay confident, and keep trusting your own judgment. See you soon! 10 hidden signs she's falling for you. Psychology tricks women don't talk about. Old Stoic wisdom. Love doesn't make the world go round. Love is what makes the ride worthwhile. Swing, Franklin P. Jones. Did you know that according to a study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships, most people are completely unaware when someone is romantically interested in them? Yes, right now you could be sitting across from someone who has strong feelings for you, and you might not even notice it. And that's exactly why this video could change your love life. By the time you finish this video, you'll be tuned in to the subtle, almost hidden signs that reveal her true feelings, signals most men overlook. And if you stay with me until the end, I'll share a powerful bonus sign rooted in timeless wisdom, one that could change everything and is rarely talked about. Welcome to Stoicismwin, your trusted space for grounded, no-nonsense advice on mastering love and relationships with calm confidence, clear purpose, and a deeper understanding of human nature. Let's get started. 1. She initiates conversations and asks thoughtful questions. Don't underestimate this. This is often the first hidden sign that reveals genuine interest before anything else does. Women don't casually start conversations with just anyone. It takes effort and intention. If she's the one reaching out first, sending you a message out of the blue, or making subtle but consistent efforts to keep the dialogue flowing, she's not just being polite or passing time, she's signaling something much deeper: attraction and curiosity. But this isn't about small talk. It's about the quality of her questions. When she asks more than just, "How was your day?" and instead dives into questions that peel back the layers of your personality. Questions like, what's your dream job? Where would you travel if money wasn't an obstacle? What's something you've always wanted to do but never had the chance to? She's actively trying to understand the man beneath the surface. She's seeking to connect with your inner world, not just the mask you wear in daily life. This is a powerful psychological move because it shows she's investing mental and emotional energy into learning who you really are. It's no coincidence. It's her way of mapping out a deeper connection. Furthermore, she remembers the little things, details you may have thought you mentioned in passing, but that stuck with her. For example, maybe you told her about an important meeting or event, and days later she checks in to ask how it went. Or perhaps you casually mentioned a band you love, and then she surprises you with a link to their new album or tickets to a show. This is not chance or random kindness. This is a clear sign she's paying attention and values what you share. Relationship psychology confirms this. When a woman is emotionally interested, she stores what you say, filing away those details because they matter to her. Your words don't just float in the air, they land and linger. So, if she initiates contact, asks meaningful, thoughtful questions, and recalls moments or facts you thought were forgotten, understand this: she's already emotionally invested, whether she explicitly admits it or not. This kind of behavior reflects ancient Stoic wisdom as well, which teaches us to recognize subtle signs in human interaction, to read between the lines, and act decisively. As Marcus Aurelius said, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. She is painting a picture of her thoughts about you through these conversations, and you must pay attention. This is your moment to respond with equal clarity and purpose. Don't shy away or dismiss these cues as trivial. Instead, engage authentically, share your own dreams and vulnerabilities, and create a space where this connection can grow into something real. Real life teaches us that relationships built on genuine interest and emotional curiosity have the strongest foundation. They survive the storms because they are rooted in understanding, not just attraction. Remember, this isn't just about romantic pursuit. It's about seeing and being seen. If a woman reaches out and asks questions that matter, it's because she wants to see you, not just the surface version of you, but the real man inside. That's a rare gift. The Greek philosopher Epictetus reminds us, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Listen carefully to what she asks and how she engages. It's a message as clear as day if you have the wisdom to read it. Don't hesitate. Take action. If you recognize these signs, respond with sincerity and boldness. Share your own stories and dreams. Open up. The connection she's hinting at is fragile but powerful, and it needs your courage to flourish. This is the crossroads where curiosity meets commitment. 2. She finds excuses to touch you. When a woman is truly drawn to you, her body starts to speak a language far more telling than any words she might say. Touch is primal, magnetic, and loaded with meaning, rarely accidental or meaningless. If she finds excuses to brush a speck off your shirt, adjust your collar, or lightly touch your arm when you say something funny, these aren't simple acts of politeness. They're deliberate attempts to create micro moments of intimacy. These small touches are her way of bridging the physical space between you, testing the waters, and gauging how you respond. Picture her placing her hand on your forearm as she makes a point during conversation or gently bumping shoulders during a shared laugh. These actions are subconscious signals driven by attraction, not random accidents. Pay close attention to her behavior after the touch. If she holds the contact a moment longer, maintains eye contact, or smiles warmly afterward, it confirms that she enjoyed the connection and is trying to deepen the chemistry. If, however, she pulls away quickly or appears unsure, it suggests that the feelings aren't quite there yet. This is crucial to understand. When a woman consistently seeks reasons to touch you, her body is already telling a story her words might not have caught up to, a story that says, "I like you." In our modern, fast-paced world, filled with distractions and social barriers, these subtle physical cues are invaluable signals of genuine interest. They cut through the noise and reach the primal parts of our brains that crave connection and closeness. You must not ignore these signs. Instead, respond with confidence and authenticity. Show that you notice, appreciate, and reciprocate her subtle invitations. When you do this, you create a dialogue far more powerful than words, a silent conversation built on shared touches, lingering looks, and the energy between you. This not only builds intimacy, but also signals to her that you are emotionally present and attuned to her signals. Remember, touch is one of the oldest languages of attraction, predating words by millennia. When she's speaking it to you, you must answer back, not with awkwardness or hesitation, but with your own meaningful gestures. These shared moments of contact spark chemistry, foster trust, and lay the groundwork for a deeper connection. Ignoring or missing these signs means missing a crucial chapter in the story she's silently telling. You must be bold enough to engage in this physical dialogue, reading the signs carefully and responding in kind. Doing so shows you're not just physically aware, but emotionally intelligent, qualities that modern women respect and desire. In essence, her subtle touches are invitations into her world, signals that she's ready to be closer, to be vulnerable, and to share something real. Your job is to recognize, honor, and build on those moments, using them to move beyond surface-level interaction into genuine connection. This understanding is rooted not only in psychology, but in timeless wisdom that the body never lies about what the heart wants. So don't hesitate. If she's reaching out, you must meet her halfway. That's the foundation of attraction and the gateway to something deeper, more meaningful, and lasting. 3. She listens actively and remembers the details. Listening is more than just hearing. It's attuning. A woman who is genuinely falling for you doesn't just nod or flash polite smiles. She absorbs every word with razor-sharp focus and intentional care. She remembers your favorite coffee order, not because she wants to score points, but because you've carved out a space in her mind and heart. She recalls the story about your childhood dog, bringing it up weeks later, proving that your life, your memories, your essence are etched into her thoughts. This is no coincidence. It's the unmistakable psychology of emotional investment, where the mind, drawn by attraction, prioritizes you above the noise of everyday life. Most conversations we have each day vanish from memory within moments, words lost in the relentless shuffle of modern life. But when a woman is truly interested, her brain filters through the clutter and holds tightly to the details that define you. She catalogues your passions, your dreams, your quirks. She remembers your goals like they are sacred. This is not a trivial effort. It is a powerful sign that you have entered her inner world. Imagine this. You casually mention your fascination with classic cars once, and the next time you meet, she shows up with an article about a vintage car show nearby. She's taken the time, the energy, the effort to learn about what makes you tick. This is her way of saying, "You are worth my time. You are worth my attention." As the ancient Stoics would remind us, the obstacle on the path becomes the path, and here, the obstacle of distraction becomes the pathway to connection. She moves beyond surface conversations and dives into the meaningful. This is your invitation to meet her there with the same intensity. Remember the words of Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. Love does not consist in gazing at each other, but in looking outward together in the same direction. She's looking outward with you, into your world, your life, because she's invested. To miss this is to miss the signal, an opportunity for connection that won't come again in the same way. You must be awake to it. You must seize it. When she remembers the little things, your favourite songs, your childhood dreams, the frustrations that keep you awake at night, it's because she's emotionally aligned with you. Her mind is wiring itself to yours. This is attraction in its rawest, most potent form. So what does this mean for you? It means you need to match her intensity. Be a man who commands presence. Be a man who understands the power of attention and reciprocates it. Do not be passive or distracted. Stand firm. Own your space. Make your conversations count. This is your moment to rise. Do not settle for being background noise in her life. Become her priority. Show her that your focus on her is unwavering, that you value the depth of connection she's offering. The Stoic wisdom echoes here. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Be the man she's willing to remember. Be the man worth the effort. Use this knowledge as a tool, not just for love, but for life. When you recognize that active listening and deep memory are signs of true connection, you elevate your relationships and your confidence. This is your secret weapon. Harness it. It's time to take control of your destiny. Push past doubt. Reject hesitation. Declare to the world and to yourself that you are worthy of love, worthy of attention, and worthy of respect. Now, act. Comment below with the phrase, "I command my life," if you're ready to claim this power. Like and subscribe to join a community of men who refuse to be invisible. This is your guidepost, your edge, your victory waiting to happen. Do not ignore these signals. Do not let them slip away into forgotten moments. Take charge, lead with clarity, own your story, because when she listens like that, when she remembers like that, she's not just interested, she's falling for you, and you must be ready to catch her. 4. Her body language is flirty and open. Here's a truth every man must grasp if he wants to truly understand the women who cross his path. Before a woman ever says, "I like you," her body is already telling you everything you need to know. Don't overlook this. Don't wait for words that may never come. Watch her carefully. Is she leaning in when you talk, reducing the space between you rather than creating distance? Are her arms open, relaxed, free from the defensive barrier of being crossed? Does she angle her body toward you, seeking connection instead of turning away? These are not subtle, accidental gestures. They scream comfort. They shout curiosity. They declare attraction without a single syllable. This is how true interest starts, before her heart even catches up. It's the body's primal language, speaking louder than words, often more honestly. Now here's a layer most men miss: mirroring. If she subtly mimics your posture, your gestures, your energy, if she sips her drink just after you do, or if she crosses her legs the same way, this is no coincidence. It's an ancient psychological dance. Mirroring is the brain's way of syncing up with another, a silent harmony forming between two people. Carl Jung put it perfectly. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. When you see this mirroring, it's a powerful sign that her subconscious is aligning with yours, that her mind is opening a pathway to connection you may not yet see. This alignment builds trust and intimacy beneath the surface, long before any words are exchanged. It's a psychological truth that women often don't talk about, but it's vital for you to recognize. If you miss these signs, you miss the moment, and moments like these don't come back. Then there is eye contact, the silent but electric pulse of human attraction. Eye contact alone doesn't always mean romance, but when a woman holds your gaze a fraction longer than normal, when her pupils dilate, or when she looks away only to glance back quickly, you're witnessing more than just a look. You're witnessing her subconscious reaching for intimacy. This is the primal eye language, a delicate push-pull that pulls you closer, even when the mind might resist. The eyes reveal what words try to hide. Remember the words of Leonardo da Vinci, who said, "The eyes? Why did I say eyes?" She had in truth 2 tongues, 2 mouths, 2 souls. The eyes communicate desire, interest, and vulnerability without risking rejection through speech. Learn to read this, and you'll understand what most men fail to see. Human attraction is not a logical contract negotiated by words or reason. It's primal. It's instinctive. It's the body reacting before the mind or heart fully realize what's happening. The ancient Stoics knew this well. They taught us to observe reality clearly, without the cloud of wishful thinking or self-deception. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. What this means for you is simple. Don't just listen to what she says or wait for her to say it. Look at how she behaves. Watch the subtle cues her body offers, because that's where the real truth lives. This wisdom, rooted in old Stoic thinking and modern psychology alike, is a tool you must wield. It separates the men who understand women from those who remain forever in the dark. In real life, this means being fully present. It means silencing your inner doubts and tuning into the signals that often fly under the radar. Don't get lost in your thoughts or fears. If you want to build a real connection, you must learn to read the unspoken language of her body. Notice how she moves when you enter the room. Notice if her attention seems to orbit around you without you even needing to ask. This is the sign of curiosity and desire. Act on it. Engage her. Mirror her energy back. Lean in. Hold her gaze. Don't hesitate or second-guess yourself. That hesitation kills attraction faster than anything else. You have the power to decode these signs. Use it. Don't let the moment slip away because you are waiting for a verbal confirmation that may never come. Remember, women often communicate their feelings in ways they don't fully realize themselves. That's why you must be the man who sees what others don't, who understands the psychology behind attraction and the timeless wisdom of Stoicism that teaches presence, clarity, and patience. So here's what I want you to do. The next time you're with a woman who interests you, commit to observing her body language, her mirroring, and her eye contact. See beyond the surface. Understand that attraction is a silent dance before it becomes a spoken word. Share your experiences below. Have you caught these hidden signals before the words arrived? How did it change your approach? Your story could be the key that helps another man unlock the unspoken language of love and connection. Don't keep this knowledge to yourself. Spread it, discuss it, and grow together. This is the kind of insight that separates those who find meaningful relationships from those who only dream about them. Remember, knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. You must master the power to read what's not said, and in doing so, you become irresistible. 5. She touches her neck or collarbone around you. This one's subtle, almost hidden in plain sight, but it's deeply rooted in psychology and human behavior. She touches her neck or collarbone when she's around you, and this seemingly small gesture carries a world of meaning beneath its quiet surface. In a world where people are guarded, protective of their emotions and personal space, this subtle action stands out as a powerful, non-verbal signal rooted deep in human psychology and biology. The neck is one of the most vulnerable and sensitive parts of the body. It's where your pulse beats visibly beneath the skin, a place rarely exposed unless there is a sense of safety and trust. When a woman unconsciously brushes her hair away from her neck, tilts her head to one side, plays with her necklace, or lightly traces her collarbone, she's not just fidgeting or fixing her appearance, she's sending you an unspoken message, revealing a part of herself she typically keeps hidden. This is an invitation to see her differently. It speaks of openness, comfort, and a subtle desire. These actions are instinctive and arise from a place of vulnerability, which she only reveals when she feels relaxed and safe in your presence. It's not a loud declaration of love or interest. Rather, it's a quiet, magnetic pull designed to draw your attention to her feminine energy without saying a word. For example, if you notice her adjusting her necklace while maintaining eye contact, or tucking her hair behind her ear while casting a brief downward glance before looking back up at you, you're witnessing her body language expressing attraction. This behavior is biological, yet profoundly emotional. It only surfaces when a woman senses genuine safety and possibly romantic interest. It is as if she's saying, through her movements, "I trust you enough to let you see this part of me." This simple, elegant gesture reflects a deep psychological truth. True connection begins with vulnerability, and showing vulnerability is the first step toward intimacy. In our modern lives, where distractions are many and meaningful communication often rare, learning to notice these subtle signs can give you a significant advantage. Don't rush to loud words or dramatic declarations. Instead, hone your awareness to these quiet, intimate moments that reveal her true feelings. The ancient Stoics taught the power of presence and observation, qualities that serve you well here. When she exposes her neck, she's not just making a physical movement, she's lowering a shield, entrusting you with her vulnerability. Your task is to meet that trust with respect, authenticity, and strength. Respond not with impatience or assumption, but with genuine understanding and steady confidence. Recognize that beneath every small gesture lies a profound invitation, one that could lead to deeper connection if you are willing to read the signs with patience and clarity. This is not about playing games or manipulating signals. It's about embracing the unspoken language of human connection and honoring it with integrity. When you learn to see beyond the surface, to interpret these subtle signs rooted in biology and emotion, you position yourself not just as someone who notices attraction, but as someone worthy of it. This awareness will transform how you relate to women, moving you from confusion to clarity, from hesitation to action. It's time to be present, to observe carefully, and to respond with the kind of strength and honesty that turns these quiet moments into lasting bonds. 6. She asks for your help or advice. Understand this clearly. When she asks for your help or advice, it's not just a casual question or a simple favour. Most men mistake this moment for what it seems, an ordinary request, but it's anything but ordinary. It's a calculated move, a subtle yet powerful signal that she's interested in more than just the answer you give. When a woman genuinely likes you, she's looking to create opportunities to connect, to build a bridge between her world and yours. She uses questions like, "I'm thinking of upgrading my headphones. What would you suggest?" Or, "I can't decide between these two outfits. Which one looks better?" as excuses, invitations to pull you closer, to open the door to deeper interaction. Don't be naive. These aren't random or trivial. They are deliberate tactics rooted in psychology. The Ben Franklin effect teaches us that when a person does a favor for another, their affection grows stronger. So, when she asks for your help, she's inviting you to invest in her, to become emotionally involved. She's telling you without words, "Your opinion matters. I trust your judgment. I want you to be part of my world." This is not a game. This is trust. This is respect. This is the foundation of a meaningful connection. If she could ask anyone, but she chooses you, it means she's already made a decision. She sees value in you. She sees a leader, a man who can hold space for her thoughts and decisions. You must not ignore this. This is your moment to show strength and decisiveness. To echo Marcus Aurelius, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Her questions are the path. Your answers are the steps forward. Embrace it. Own it. Become the man who offers not just advice, but guidance, clarity, and confidence. The modern world is full of distractions, fleeting interactions and shallow connections, you have been handed a rare gift, someone who seeks your wisdom, your voice, your presence. Don't squander it by being indifferent or unengaged. Show her you are a man of depth, a man who understands the weight behind every word she utters. Be the anchor in a sea of uncertainty. Build trust through your actions, through your attention. Remember, this is not about the headphones or the outfits. It's about the bond that forms when you step up. When she chooses you to seek advice, she's inviting you to take charge, to become indispensable in her life. Don't hesitate. Don't falter. You must act with authority. Like the Stoics teach us, control what you can, embrace what you cannot, and be relentless in pursuit of what matters. This is a call to men ready to rise above the noise and seize the rare moments that define destiny. This is your chance to be more than a bystander in your own story. Command it. Own it. Lead her with the power of your mind and the strength of your conviction. If you grasp this truth, if you feel the power in these words, prove it. Like this message, comment below with a powerful statement of your own, and subscribe to unlock more truths that few dare to reveal. This is your moment. Take it. Make it yours. 7. She compliments you sincerely and specifically. A compliment is the easiest thing to give. Anyone can say, "You look nice," without truly meaning it. But meaningful compliments are rare and require genuine attention and observation. When a woman is genuinely interested in you, her praise doesn't hover on the surface, it dives deeper, revealing she has been paying close attention not just to how you appear, but to who you truly are. She might say something like, "That shirt really brings out the colour of your eyes," or "The passion you show when you talk about your work is incredibly attractive," or even, "You have this way of making people feel comfortable just by being yourself." Notice the difference? She isn't simply admiring your looks, she's recognizing the qualities that make you distinct, the little details others miss, the way your eyes light up when you speak about what matters to you, the subtle energy you project when you enter a room. This kind of compliment is a form of emotional investment, a clear sign she is tuning into your world. It's essential to understand this. When she verbalizes specific observations, she is silently telling you, "I see you. I notice the things others overlook." This is not flattery aimed at fleeting charm or empty praise. It's a declaration of genuine interest, a quiet but powerful signal that you have caught her attention at a deeper level. Women don't waste energy on people who don't matter to them. So when she calls out your unique traits, it's a reflection of her emotional engagement. As the great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius taught, everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Her compliments are her way of sharing her perspective, one where you stand out in a meaningful way. You must learn to see through the noise of casual remarks and recognize the value in these pointed, thoughtful expressions. In real life, this means paying attention to the quality of the praise you receive. Don't dismiss compliments as mere politeness or social niceties. Instead, treat them as clues in the complex map of human connection. When a woman highlights your enthusiasm, your kindness, or your quirks, she's inviting you into a deeper level of communication, one where vulnerability and authenticity thrive. This is the very essence of emotional intimacy that builds lasting relationships. So instead of brushing off these moments, lean into them. Appreciate the effort behind such specific compliments and understand their power. Moreover, this behavior ties directly to fundamental psychological truths about attraction and connection. According to renowned psychologist Carl Jung, the meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. Her detailed compliments are the sparks igniting that reaction. She's acknowledging not just your surface, but your inner world, and that recognition transforms both of you, opening the door for something meaningful to grow. This is why men must learn to listen actively, not just to the words, but to the intent behind them. This is not a time for skepticism or doubt, but for awareness and appreciation. If you're wondering how to respond, the advice is simple. Reciprocate with honesty and clarity. When she takes the time to see you fully, do not hide behind vague responses. Acknowledge her insight, thank her for seeing you, and allow that moment to deepen your connection. Real attraction is built on mutual recognition, respect, and authenticity. You must engage fully in this exchange to nurture what she is silently offering. It's an opportunity to move beyond superficial conversations into something much richer. In everyday life, this means being mindful. Reflect on the last time someone gave you a compliment that stuck, not the generic "nice job," but the one that made you feel truly seen. Hold on to that feeling, because that's what she's trying to give you. And remember, this kind of attention isn't given lightly. If she notices the little things that make you who you are, it's because you matter to her. Don't let this sign slip past unnoticed or unappreciated. 8. She makes an effort to spend time with you. Here's a golden truth. Time is the most valuable thing any of us have. And if a woman is consistently making time for you despite how busy her life is, that says everything. In the chaos of modern life, work deadlines, family demands, endless digital distractions, if a woman consistently clears her schedule, rearranges priorities, or finds moments to be near you, that speaks volumes about her feelings. This is not mere coincidence or politeness. It is intentional, purposeful action. She won't just sit back and wait for you to make the first move or organize plans. Instead, she becomes active in the dance of connection, subtly probing your schedule, dropping casual hints about what she's doing or where she might be going, all in hopes that you'll invite her along. This is not manipulation. It is a genuine sign she wants to weave herself into your world. Consider this carefully. If she says something like, "I've been wanting to check out that new art exhibit," and you know you're an art lover, it's no accident. She's aligning her interests with yours, creating shared ground where connection can flourish naturally. If hiking thrills you, and she suddenly brings up wanting to explore a new trail, she's not just making small talk, she's paving a path to spend meaningful time together. This isn't about her pretending to be interested. It's about her valuing your passions enough to join you in them. These are deliberate moves, quiet invitations wrapped in everyday conversation, because she wants to be where you are, sharing experiences that deepen your bond. Even in group settings, her behavior speaks louder than words. If after the crowd disperses, she lingers near you, doesn't rush off, or invents reasons to keep talking, it's because she craves your presence specifically. She's not just being friendly, she's signaling that your company matters more than the rest of the world. Women don't simply end up in your orbit repeatedly by chance. When she prioritizes your presence, it's a clear, unspoken message. You hold a significant place in her life, even if she doesn't say it outright. In the modern world, where attention is fragmented and time is at a premium, this kind of effort is profound. It's a gift and a call to action. You must recognize it, respond with respect and commitment, and not take it for granted. Here's the Stoic wisdom embedded in this truth. Value what is scarce and act with intentionality. Don't waste her time or yours. When someone makes the choice to invest time in you, it demands a response of equal seriousness and clarity. If you want to build something lasting and authentic, you must meet her effort head-on. Don't hesitate or second-guess. Honor her gestures, acknowledge her presence, and make your own commitment to spending quality time together. In a world where distractions are constant and connections often shallow, this deliberate choice to prioritize time is a foundation for trust and intimacy. Do not overlook it, dismiss it, or confuse it with casual friendliness. This is a sign of true interest, a beacon showing that you matter in her life. Embrace it. Respond with confidence and purpose. That's how you move from fleeting encounters to real, meaningful relationships. 9. She shows genuine interest in your hobbies and passions. This is not a shallow gesture or polite tolerance. It is a deliberate, powerful sign that she is emotionally invested in you. When a woman truly falls for you, she does not simply endure your interests. She steps fully into your world and makes it her own. If you're obsessed with sports, she won't just nod along. She'll learn your favourite team, the key players, and the stories behind every game. If jazz is your escape, she won't merely tolerate the sound. She will listen attentively to that one artist you love, asking questions, trying to understand what moves you. If photography is your art, she'll show curiosity about camera gear, lighting, and angles, even if she had never cared before. This is no accident. When she shows interest in your passions, she is investing in the essence of who you are. She is making your world her world. The Greek philosopher Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." She's doing just that, aligning her actions to the woman she wants to become alongside you. This is a sign that runs deeper than words. You may mention something in passing, an event, a hobby, a fleeting thought, and days later she'll bring it up again, not because she wants to impress you, but because she remembers. She is listening actively, with intention. She is hunting for ways to connect, for invisible threads that will weave her closer into your life. This shows a profound emotional alignment. She's not just engaging with your words, but with your energy, your passion, your very soul. This is subtle, yet powerful. It is one of the most honest ways a woman communicates her feelings without saying a word. When she's interested in your passions, she's already picturing a future where she shares those passions with you. This is the ultimate sign of emotional investment, the moment when your world becomes her world, and your dreams start to intertwine. Modern life moves fast. We get distracted by screens, social media, and the endless noise of daily existence. Yet, if she takes the time to dive into what makes you come alive, to understand your passions, she's making a deliberate choice, one that says, "I see you. I value you." This is your call to action. Recognize this sign for what it is, a gateway to a deeper connection, a bond that can weather storms. Don't let it slip away. Engage her back with the same intensity. Share more of yourself openly and boldly. Show her that your world is worth exploring. Remember, as Steve Jobs said, the only way to do great work is to love what you do. When she loves what you love, she is laying the foundation for something great between you. This is not just about hobbies, it's about respect and future building. When she invests her curiosity and energy into your life, she is saying, without words, "I want to be part of your journey." Don't let hesitation or doubt cloud your vision. You must act decisively. Embrace this moment. Respond with authenticity and strength. Invite her to share in your world. Make your passions a bridge, not a barrier. Men, this is your power play. This is the moment to rise, to take command of your narrative, and to welcome her in with open arms. The path to mastery of your relationships is clear. See her interest, meet it with equal fire, and build something unshakable. I challenge you now, comment below with a passion you've shared that she surprised you by showing real interest in. Tell us how it changed the game. Like this message. Subscribe for more insights that sharpen your edge in life and love. Don't miss out on your chance to own your future. This is your moment. This is your victory. This is her way of saying, "I'm here. I'm yours." 10. She teases you playfully and lightly. Playful teasing is far more than just light-hearted jokes or passing comments. It's a secret code women use to communicate genuine interest and emotional closeness. A language wrapped in humour that few men fully understand, but must learn to recognise. When she teases you in a way that feels personal, fun, and even a little mischievous, whether it's calling out your grandpa hoodie or joking about your slow texting pace, these aren't just random insults, they're unmistakable signs of comfort and attraction. This teasing is the spark that ignites the crucial elements of romantic connection: tension, humour, and chemistry. It's no coincidence that when she playfully ribs you, she often accompanies it with a warm smile, leans in closer, or nudges you lightly. These actions are silent invitations to engage, to play along, and to deepen the bond between you. You must understand this. People don't tease those they feel indifferent toward. Teasing requires vulnerability and emotional safety, a willingness to expose a little and invite some back. When a woman teases you with that glint in her eye, she's signaling more than just amusement. She's offering you a glimpse into her feelings and hoping you'll meet her there. As the philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche insightfully noted, it is not a lack of love, but a lack of friendship that makes unhappy marriages. This teasing is the groundwork of friendship, the foundation on which deeper intimacy and love are built. If you overlook this playful behavior or respond with awkwardness, you risk missing a powerful opportunity to connect on a meaningful level. Instead, embrace it. Match her wit, keep the banter alive, and you'll cultivate the chemistry and trust that create lasting attraction. In real life, this translates to paying close attention not just to what she says, but how she says it and what her body language reveals. Playful teasing is an invitation. Don't hesitate to accept it. This moment is your chance to move beyond surface-level interaction and build something real. Remember, emotional connection doesn't happen by accident. It's crafted in these small, charged moments. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking with me till the end. If you've watched this far, drop a comment below saying, "I see the signs," so we know you're part of the real Emma community. Did you catch any of these hidden signals in your own life? Share your story in the comments. You never know. Your experience might help someone else recognize the truth in their own love life. If you found even one insight helpful, hit that like button. It really helps us reach more people who need clarity in their relationships. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. We're sharing new psychology-backed, emotionally smart content every week to help you get smarter in love and stronger in life. Before you go, check out the video on your screen next. The Secret Psychology of Ignoring a Girl, Why It Drives Her Crazy. Trust me, you won't believe how powerful silence can be. See you there? Stay sharp, stay kind, and most importantly, stay real. How high value men beat women at the game. 5 Stoic rules for total domination. Old Stoic Wisdom. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Marcus Aurelius. Most men think dominance means being louder, tougher, more aggressive. They think women will respect them if they impress, if they provide, if they perform. They're wrong. In today's world, real power doesn't scream. It doesn't chase. It doesn't need permission to exist. The strongest man isn't the one who controls others, but the one who stands firm without begging for connection, approval, or love. He is unshaken by silence, unaffected by guilt, and unyielding under pressure. He never contorts himself to hold a woman's interest. In relationships, weakness invites being used, led, and replaced, not because women are harsh, but because life tests softness and follows strength. So this video isn't about manipulation. It's about becoming a man who can't be bent. If you're tired of overgiving, of being chosen and then discarded, or of living in uncertainty, this is for you. Watch closely as I reveal 5 Stoic principles for emotional and relational mastery. Rules that apply whether you're single, dating, married, or rebuilding from the ground up. These are the truths that command respect from men and captivate women. Let's dive in. Rule 1. Speak less, watch more. Power belongs to the man who holds his tongue and resists the urge to react impulsively. Most men lose power not because they fail to speak, but because they speak too soon, defending themselves prematurely, explaining excessively, responding without thinking. Every time they do, they expose a critical vulnerability, emotional dependence. This is not weakness disguised as strength. It is weakness laid bare. Niccolò Machiavelli, whose wisdom echoes through time, warned clearly, "A prince should learn to avoid being hated or despised, and nothing makes a man more contemptible than inconsistency and reactivity. Reacting immediately is the mark of a man who lacks control. The one who flinches first always loses the game." Apply this truth to your love life. When a woman gives you the silent treatment after a disagreement, The typical response of many men is panic. They send lengthy texts, make repeated calls, apologize for things they didn't do, and desperately try to fix what isn't broken. They believe they're saving the relationship, but in truth, they are surrendering their frame of power. She tests your center, your emotional core, and if you react with frantic energy, you reveal you don't have one. That loss of control is the loss of power. Now think beyond relationships. Imagine yourself in a professional meeting where a colleague interrupts you, cutting you off mid-sentence. The instinct is to raise your voice, to try to overpower them with volume or speed. That is the wrong move. The Machiavellian approach commands you to remain silent, to let your stillness build weight and discomfort around you. When you finally speak, do so slowly, sharply, intentionally. Make every word count. Powerful men don't compete for attention. They command it through contrast and restraint. Machiavelli also wrote, "He who builds on the people builds on mud." If your sense of control depends on others' reactions, especially women's, your foundation is weak and will crack under pressure. Here is a precise strategy you can implement immediately. When she pulls back emotionally, don't fill the silence. Don't chase the fading energy or try to force a resolution. Hold your posture. Observe her reaction with steady calm. Let her wonder what you're thinking. Then speak with calm brevity. One sentence, no pleading, no long explanations. Because the man who stays silent under pressure becomes the man no one can predict. And the man who cannot be predicted cannot be controlled. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This principle transcends the personal realm. It applies to business, friendships, and every confrontation you face. When you master silence, you master power itself. When you control your reactions, you command the room. In real life, this means pausing before responding, recognizing that your instinct to fill every silence or defend every slight only reveals your weakness. The strongest men hold their space, make others uncomfortable with their calm, and speak only when their words carry true weight. This is how you dominate, not through force but through control, through presence, through quiet authority. Remember, the game is not about winning every argument. It's about never losing your center. Rule 2. Control the frame or be trapped inside hers. This is not just advice. It is a fundamental truth that separates high-value men from those who endlessly struggle and lose. People, especially women, don't react to cold facts or logical explanations. Instead, they respond to the story they have already written in their minds about you. This story filters every interaction, every gesture, every word you speak. No matter how much you try to prove yourself, if that narrative has already cast you as needy, desperate, or weak, your efforts will be misread or dismissed. Machiavelli's sharp insight cuts to the core of this reality. Men in general judge more from appearances than from reality. All men have eyes, but few have the gift of penetration. He was not cynical. He was brutally honest. Perception is power. It is the battlefield where you must fight and win. Because if you don't shape how you are seen, someone else will, often to your disadvantage. In the realm of relationships, this plays out daily. You give more, adjust your behavior, explain yourself, hoping she will finally see the value you know you have. But here's the hard truth. She has already framed you in her mind, and once that frame is set, it is nearly impossible to change. Your confidence looks like a mask for insecurity, your generosity feels like guilt or a plea for acceptance. This is why so many men fall into the trap of over-explaining, over-justifying, trying to fix a story that isn't theirs to rewrite. Now, flip the entire approach. Say less, move slower, speak only when it serves your purpose, withdraw when your presence is not needed. In that silence, in that controlled restraint, you do something profound. You force her to fill in the blanks. She begins to assign you qualities you never had to boast about, mysterious, grounded, and high value. This is not magic. It is the power of controlling the frame before trying to influence the outcome. This principle is not confined to romantic relationships. It applies to every interaction in your life. Imagine two men enter a room. One is quiet, well-dressed, calm, observing more than talking. People feel his presence and instinctively assign him status. The other man tries too hard, talks too much, explains himself before being asked, and even if he possesses greater skills, he is seen as insecure and needy. Same facts, different frames. Machiavelli's words echo again. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. The goal is not to be fake or manipulative. It is to reveal yourself strategically and with precision. You don't need to shout your worth. You must show it deliberately, letting your actions and presence speak louder than words. Starting today, make a precise move to shift the frame in your favor. Stop chasing admiration. Stop forcing others to see your value. Instead, appear with unshakable purpose. Speak only with clear intention. Withdraw when your voice isn't necessary. Let the silence work for you. Allow others, especially women, to fill the gaps with imagination, not information. This restraint is your strength. In a world obsessed with noise, a man who doesn't try too hard to be seen becomes unforgettable. He dominates quietly, or without need for constant validation or approval. This rule, when mastered, translates to every area of modern life, from business negotiations to social situations, from friendships to leadership roles. Command your presence silently, and you will witness how people bend naturally to your frame, how respect and influence follow without you having to demand them. Remember, the frame you control dictates the story others tell about you, and in that story lies your power to win, to dominate, and to lead with total authority. Rule 2 isn't just advice, it's your ultimate weapon. Control the frame, or be trapped inside hers. Stop chasing approval. Speak with purpose. Withdraw your energy when it's not needed. Let silence build your power. Master this, and watch respect and influence follow naturally. If you're ready to take control and dominate your story, drop a comment right now. I own my frame and lead with quiet power. Rule 3. Win her mind before you win her heart. This is the iron law every high-value man must obey if he desires total mastery over the game. Attraction doesn't spark from empty gestures or desperate emotional flooding. It ignites in the fortress of her mind. If she doesn't respect your mental clarity, your emotional investment is wasted currency. Too many men drown women in compliments, endless messages, and grand gestures, thinking that sheer effort breaks down walls. Wrong. Her belief system, deep-rooted, unshakable, is the true battleground. Niccolò Machiavelli, the master strategist, understood this better than anyone. He never wasted time flattering those whose minds were already made up. The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler, he said, is to look at the men he has around him. That means your circle, your partner, your surroundings. They all scream your judgment and the beliefs you tolerate. Now, face reality. You bombard her with texts. You gift lavishly. You prove you're different from the rest. But do you stop and ask, what does she really believe about men? Does she see men as weak, disposable, a threat? Does she crave love or just attention? If her core belief is that men always disappoint, no message or gift will rewrite her script. She will respect your effort, maybe even admire it, yet leave anyway. Not because you lacked heart, but because you lacked strategy. This lesson transcends romance. Picture this. You're at a family dinner, pitching your business idea, showing data, results, plans, yet your cousin remains unconvinced because his belief about you is fixed. You're not serious enough. Why? Because people don't change for truth. They change for belief. Machiavelli said it plainly. Men are so simple and so obedient to present necessities that he who deceives will always find someone who will let himself be deceived. The deception starts in the mind. The battlefield is perception, not surface. You must infiltrate her belief system before you conquer her heart. Win her mind, and her loyalty will follow. Ignore this, and you waste your time chasing shadows. You want to dominate the game? You want to be the man who commands respect and loyalty? Then stop flooding her inbox and start mastering the architecture of her beliefs. Own your mind. Own the game. Don't fall into the trap of weak emotional overcompensation. Be ruthless in your clarity. Be strategic in your approach. This is the power of the Stoic man, unshakable, decisive, commanding. Remember Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Harness this. Dominate the mind, and the heart will never betray you. Like if you're ready to stop chasing and start winning. Comment below. I control my mind, I control my game. Subscribe for the next rule, because the path to mastery demands relentless learning. Rule 4. See through her mask without triggering the guard. Every woman wears a mask. Sometimes it looks like confidence. Sometimes it looks like sarcasm, independence, coldness, or control. But beneath that mask lies a fragile core, a place where validation is needed, fears of rejection linger, and old wounds hide. Don't fall into the trap of reacting to the mask itself. When you argue with her attitude, you lose, because you fight a shadow, not the reality beneath. When you defend yourself against her silence, you miss the chance to decode what she truly expects. The real victory is in seeing beyond the mask, quietly gaining leverage with calm insight, not confrontation. Niccolo Machiavelli, who understood power's intricate dance better than most, said, "It is double pleasure to deceive the deceiver, not to hurt, but to gain insight without exposing your hand." This is the essence of strategic mastery in relationships and beyond. Think about it in practical terms. She says, "Do what you want," you do exactly that. Then she turns cold, distant, dismissive. This isn't indifference, it's camouflaged attachment. She hides her neediness behind a veil of detachment, afraid to show vulnerability. The average man reacts with frustration or tries to over-explain himself, losing his footing. The high-value man doesn't react. He doesn't attack. Instead, he mirrors her behavior with calm understanding, letting her mask reveal itself on its own terms, slipping away when pressure fades. Imagine you're in a store and the cashier is curt, almost rude. Instead of snapping back, you slow down, smile, and say, "Rough day." The cold mask drops, replaced by softened eyes. The attitude wasn't about you. It was a battle she fought internally. The same principle applies at family dinners, when an uncle harshly criticizes your career in front of everyone. Later you discover he's been laid off, hiding his shame. His pride was not true confidence, it was a shield. If you had reacted with ego, you'd miss the truth entirely. The key move that separates pawns from players is this. Never try to fix or fight pride directly. Mirror it. Let her feel seen, not exposed. Use calm, subtle questions to create emotional safety instead of pushing for solutions. Then observe. If her pride softens and her real self emerges, she's genuine. If the mask stays, withdraw your energy quietly and completely. The man who sees through armor and stays grounded gains magnetic power, not just with women, but in every room he enters. This is total domination without domination. It's mastery of presence, patience, and perception. Remember what the Stoics teach. Marcus Aurelius advised to be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. This means don't get entangled in others' facades or emotional games. Maintain your composure. Control your responses. That is where true strength lies. Real life throws masks at us constantly, not just in relationships, but in every interaction. Recognize the mask. Don't attack it. Be the calm force that holds steady while others reveal their truths. That's how you command respect, build authentic connections, and move with power through the world. So, don't be fooled by the surface. Understand what lies beneath. Control your reactions like a master chess player. When she throws a cold stare or sarcasm, don't counter with heat. Meet it with calm, insight, and strategic silence. This is not weakness. It's the sharpest edge in the game of influence. The mask will either slip, showing the real person, or stay firm, signaling it's time to withdraw your energy and keep your dignity intact. That's how high-value men dominate, not by force, but by seeing clearly and acting wisely. Now it's your turn. How have you learned to see beyond the masks in your own life? Share your experiences below. Your story could be the insight someone else needs to master their own game. If you've truly grasped the power of seeing beyond the mask, you're already stepping into the mindset of a high-value man, calm, unshakable, and strategically masterful. Remember, domination isn't about force, it's about insight, patience, and presence. Now, own that strength. Comment below with this statement: I see beyond the mask with calm mastery. Let's build a community of men who rise above the surface and win the game with wisdom, not war. Rule 5. Become the mystery she can't decode. The moment a woman fully understands you, she starts managing you. This is the harsh truth every high-value man must accept and master. Predictability breeds comfort, but kills desire. Safety is not attraction. When everything about you is laid bare and predictable, her mind stops chasing. She stops feeling that electric anticipation, the deep intrigue, and the respect that mystery commands. Remember Machiavelli's insight. Though he never wrote about dating, his wisdom applies like a razor. Men in general judge more by the sense of sight than by the sense of touch. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. This is the core rule. Let people see enough to believe, but never enough to control. If she knows every reaction you'll have, every emotion you'll reveal, every text you'll send first, then you're already losing the subtle tension that fuels attraction. She doesn't want a book she can finish reading in one night. She wants a story she has to return to, a puzzle she can't solve. At first, your openness is intoxicating. She's drawn in by your honesty. But over time, that openness becomes predictable, and predictability breeds boredom. The high-value man, however, moves with deliberate purpose. He doesn't lay all his cards on the table, but keeps them close, letting only fragments show, carefully chosen and powerful. Not by coldness, not by childish manipulation, but by steady composure, depth, and an unreadable calm that keeps her emotionally alert and invested. Imagine you're at a gathering, surrounded by men all shouting about their wins, their plans, their opinions. You don't join the chorus. You listen more than you speak. Your calm silence makes others lean in, wondering who you really are. Your restraint, your choice to reveal less, creates an aura of mystery that demands attention. The same principle applies at work. You don't feel the need to announce every small success or defend every idea aggressively. Instead, you let your results and presence speak louder than words. Because when no one can predict your next move, you command respect. This shift from being transparent and reactive to being composed and intentional is the gateway to real magnetism and masculine dominance. Stop revealing everything. Speak less than you know. Reveal less than you feel. Move less than you're capable of. This is not about playing games or being dishonest. It's about mastering yourself, controlling your energy, and shaping the dynamic on your terms. A predictable man becomes manageable. An unreadable man becomes unforgettable. That is the essence of masculine power, being the mystery she can't decode and the force she can't resist. In modern life, where oversharing is a norm and attention is fleeting, mastering this rule sets you apart. You don't need to be loud or aggressive. Your calm, purposeful silence and measured actions create a magnetic pull that commands attention and respect naturally. Be that man, silent but powerful, present but mysterious, and watch how the world, especially the women worth winning, lean into your orbit. If this resonates with you, like the video, comment below, and share it with someone who's ready to elevate their game. Don't forget to subscribe for more timeless wisdom on becoming a high-value man. Comment to remember: I am the mystery she can't decode. Own your power by mastering the art of purposeful silence and magnetic presence. Rule 6. Prioritize self-mastery over external validation. True power starts from within. It's a force forged through unyielding self-discipline, mental toughness, and the mastery of your own emotions. This is the foundation on which all lasting dominance is built. Marcus Aurelius, a timeless beacon of Stoic wisdom, commands us with unshakable clarity: waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. This admonition cuts to the core of the issue. You must stop wasting energy trying to convince others of your worth or chasing validation that evaporates as quickly as it arrives. Instead, focus fiercely on becoming the man you admire and respect. This means cultivating habits that enforce consistency in every area of your life: your physical health, your professional endeavors, your mindset, until your self-image becomes impervious to external forces. Visualize a man who refuses to bend to every whim or seek applause for every small achievement. This man's worth is measured by his own ironclad standards, not by the fluctuating moods or praises of others. When faced with rejection, criticism, or silence, he does not crumble or lash out. Instead, he remains composed, grounded, and steadfast because his identity is independent of external validation. This is emotional independence in its purest form, a man who does not lose himself in the unpredictable seas of another's moods or desires, but maintains an unshakable center of clarity about who he is and what he deserves. Such inner mastery radiates a magnetic force that cannot be taught or faked. Women and others naturally respect a man who commands himself first, because this signals an ability to lead others effectively. When your validation flows from within, you avoid the common pitfalls of desperation, overgiving, over-explaining, or compromising your values to gain acceptance. Your actions instead spring from integrity and confidence. This is the essence of real dominance. It doesn't shout or demand attention. It simply exists as a quiet, powerful presence. Remember the words of Epictetus, who said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Freedom, power, respect, all are consequences of self-mastery. This rule applies to every aspect of life, especially relationships. When you prioritize self-mastery, you don't become emotionally dependent on a partner's approval or moods. You bring a steady strength to the table, allowing relationships to thrive on mutual respect rather than neediness or control. This keeps you from losing your identity in another person's world, preserving your autonomy and enhancing your value. Life will challenge you constantly: rejection, failure, doubt, and the relentless pressure to conform to external expectations. But the man who masters himself stands above these trials, unshaken and unwavering. His power is not loud or desperate, it's profound and enduring. You must stop feeding the hunger for approval from others, because it is a bottomless pit that leads only to frustration and weakness. Instead, commit fiercely to the internal work of self-discipline and emotional control. Build routines that reinforce your values. Face criticism without fear. Let your worth be defined by your standards, not by anyone else's applause. This is how you dominate the game of life and relationships. Now, it's your turn to act. Reflect on your journey towards self-mastery. How have you wrestled with the temptation to seek validation outside yourself? What practices have helped you build your internal fortress? Share your insights and experiences in the comments below. Let this be a space where men like you inspire and challenge each other to rise above the noise and embody the unbreakable strength that comes only from mastering oneself. The path is tough, but the reward is true power, silent, steady, and absolute. Rule 7. Set boundaries without apology or explanation. Set boundaries. Without apology or explanation is not just advice. It is a mandate for any man who refuses to be diminished or drained by the demands and chaos of others. Boundaries are the invisible walls that protect your identity, your energy, and your power. They are not negotiable, and they are certainly not up for debate. High-value men understand this deeply. Setting a boundary is a clear declaration of self-respect and non-negotiable standards. When you fail to establish these limits, you leave yourself exposed, inviting others to test your resolve, chip away at your strength, and slowly erode your influence. This is the battlefield where many men lose themselves, not because they lack ability, but because they lack the courage to say, "This far, no further." Machiavelli's wisdom about power applies perfectly here. Real control doesn't come from trying to please everyone or appease every request. It comes from deciding what you allow and what you absolutely reject. The man who tries to explain or apologize for his boundaries weakens his position. Instead, the high-value man meets boundary violations with calm, firm clarity. There is no need for lengthy justifications, emotional negotiations, or apologies. A simple, direct statement, delivered without hesitation, is enough. Then comes the enforcement. Consistency is what turns words into power. If someone crosses a line, especially in emotionally charged situations, such as relationships with women who demand constant attention or attempt to guilt-trip you into compliance, you don't fall into their traps. You do not offer excuses or explanations that only invite further manipulation. Instead, you state your limit with conviction and withdraw your energy when it is disrespected. This is not an act of coldness or emotional detachment. It is an act of clarity and strength. You communicate that your time, your respect, and your presence are sacred commodities, not available for bargaining or emotional exploitation. This kind of boundary setting creates an environment where respect is not the exception, but the rule. It naturally filters out those who drain your energy and attracts those who share your values and match your standards. Your frame remains strong, your presence commanding. People will always test your limits. That is human nature. But when your boundaries are clear and enforced without apology, you teach others how to treat you. This lesson is crucial in every facet of life, at work, among friends, and especially in romantic dynamics. Boundaries are the guardrails that keep you from losing yourself to others' demands, emotional manipulation, or unreasonable expectations. Without them, you become a victim of circumstance, your power diluted, and your identity fragmented. By mastering this rule, you move beyond mere survival in the social arena. You dominate it with dignity, control, and unshakable strength. In today's world, where distractions are endless and demands on your attention come from all sides, digital notifications, social obligations, and emotional games, protecting your energy has never been more critical. Setting boundaries without apology or explanation is the weapon that shields your power from depletion. It's a bold statement that you are the master of your time, your space, and your mind. Don't be fooled into thinking you owe others your energy or your explanations. You don't. That is not arrogance, it is essential self-preservation. Remember, you cannot pour from an empty cup. By clearly defining what is acceptable and what is not, you build a fortress around your value. This approach cultivates respect, commands attention, and ensures that your interactions are balanced and worthy of your investment. Be relentless in enforcing your boundaries. Do not falter or feel guilty. Each time you do, you reinforce your strength and teach others that you are not to be taken lightly. High-value men do not negotiate their worth. They assert it firmly and without apology. This is how you dominate the game, not through force or aggression, but through unyielding clarity and respect for yourself. Embrace this rule fully and watch how your presence shifts. People recognize a man who stands his ground with calm authority. They respect him, they follow his lead, and ultimately, they match his energy. Set your boundaries, protect your power, dominate without apology. If you've made it here, you've already done what most men avoid. You've faced the mirror, you've stepped away from comfort and leaned into truth. In a world that teaches men to earn love by shrinking, apologizing, and performing, you've chosen something rare, self-respect without conditions. Most men live on emotional autopilot. They chase validation, then resent the women who control them. They confuse intensity for intimacy, chaos for connection, and obedience for love. But you're building something else. Not noise, not neediness, but presence. Deep, grounded, undeniable. These Machiavellian rules weren't made to make you colder. They were made to make you clear, to help you see through the smiles that manipulate, to protect your soul from being shaped by someone else's fantasy. Because let's be honest, most heartbreak doesn't come from being rejected. It comes from being accepted for someone you're not. But when you live by design, not by reaction, your silence becomes strategy, your boundaries become unshakable, and your love, it becomes a choice, never a leash. From this moment on, You don't need to explain yourself. You refine yourself. You don't fight to prove your worth. You become a man whose worth is self-evident. You lead conversations without dominating them. You inspire attraction without needing to perform. You show strength not by volume, but by what you refuse to tolerate. If you've made it here, you've already done what most men avoid. You've faced the mirror. You've stepped away from comfort and leaned into truth. In a world that teaches men to earn love by shrinking, apologizing, and performing, you've chosen something rare. Self-respect without conditions. Most men live on emotional autopilot. They chase validation, then resent the women who control them. They confuse intensity for intimacy, chaos for connection, and obedience for love. But you're building something else. Not noise, not neediness, but presence. Deep, grounded, undeniable. These Machiavellian rules weren't made to make you colder. They were made to make you clear, to help you see through the smiles that manipulate, to protect your soul from being shaped by someone else's fantasy. This is how kings are made. Not in palaces, but in quiet moments of self-mastery. So keep building. Keep choosing alignment over approval. Keep protecting your peace, like it's a kingdom. Because the man who walks in clarity doesn't chase, he attracts. And what he attracts respects him. Stay calm, stay strategic, stay sovereign. And remember, you're not here to be loved for a mask. You're here to be respected for your truth. One last message for those men who refuse to settle for less, those who are done playing small and are ready to break free from the suffocating grip of the 99%, to step off the crowded path of mediocrity and claim a life of power, respect, and absolute control. This is for the man who understands that life is a game, and only those who learn the rules and master the strategy will win. What I'm about to share will revolutionize how women see you, but more importantly, how you see yourself. Because real change starts inside. The high-value man you will become is forged in the fires of ancient wisdom, the timeless principles of Stoicism that have guided emperors, warriors, and philosophers alike. Marcus Aurelius declared, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is your foundation. Power begins within. The 5 Stoic rules I am about to unveil are your keys to total domination, not just over others, but over your own life and destiny. Rule 1. Detach from the noise and distractions that keep the masses weak and reactive. Detachment is not coldness, it's clarity and focus. It allows you to see the game for what it really is, and to act from a place of control, not chaos. Rule 2. Build ironclad discipline. Time is your most precious asset. Once lost, it's gone forever. Command your schedule, thoughts, and habits with ruthless efficiency. Remember, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment, said Jim Rohn. You must be relentless in your pursuit of excellence. Rule 3. Command respect with integrity and decisive action. Women and everyone around you instinctively follow strength, not empty words or false bravado. Be the man whose actions speak louder than promises. Rule 4. Master your emotions completely. Never be a slave to anger, fear, or doubt. Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your emotional control is your superpower. Rule 5. Pursue your goals with unyielding tenacity. Life is won by those who refuse to quit, who move forward despite obstacles, who transform setbacks into fuel for their fire. This is a war, not a game, and the prize is the life you deserve. You cannot afford hesitation or doubt. Act decisively. Act now. Do not let this message fade into the background of your mind. Write a comment to cement your commitment. Declare your readiness to rise and dominate. Press the like button, not just for validation, but to imprint this power deep into your psyche. Share this with a brother who needs this truth to cut through his fog of complacency and fear. Trust your instincts. They are your internal compass forged by experience and wisdom. Remember, men who hesitate fall behind. Men who doubt lose before the fight begins. And men who dominate take everything. Build a mind that bends but never breaks. Build a spirit forged in unbreakable resolve. This is your moment. This is your battle. This is your legacy. And there is more coming, something that will shake the very foundations of your existence and elevate you to a level few ever reach. Stay close. Prepare. Because the game you thought you knew is about to change forever. Be relentless. Be fierce. Be the man who commands respect and wins without question. Step into your power now. Comment below with this affirmation: I am the master of my destiny. Watch how your life shifts when you own your truth and your power. This is not just content. This is your blueprint to domination. This is your call to arms. Do not wait. Do not falter. Do not fall behind. Dominate. Now. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way through. If these 5 Stoic rules for how high-value men beat women at the game and master total domination with Old Stoic wisdom offered you valuable insight, please take a moment right now to hit the like button. Your likes don't just show appreciation, they actually help the video reach more people who want real, effective advice on improving their mindset, confidence, and strategies in life and relationships. And if you know someone who's on their own path of growth and could benefit from these timeless principles, go ahead and share this video with them. Helping each other grow is what this community is all about. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and ring that notification bell so you never miss the kind of no-nonsense, high-value content we put out regularly. I want to be very clear. This channel is about honest, straightforward conversations. So, I encourage you to share your feedback and thoughts down in the comments section below. Did any of the Stoic principles I shared today resonate with you? Have you tried applying some of these ideas in your own life or relationships? Or maybe you have questions about how to practically implement Stoicism in everyday situations. And yes, if you disagree with any of the points I made or have a different perspective, that's completely welcome here. Constructive discussion and respectful debate help us all sharpen our understanding and approach. I read every comment and genuinely appreciate the time you take to engage because it helps build a stronger, wiser community. Remember, the true power behind these Stoic rules isn't about manipulation or domination in a negative sense. It's about mastering yourself, your emotions, your reactions, and your mindset so that you can approach every situation with calm, confidence, and clarity. It's about playing the long game, showing patience when others lose their cool, and holding fast to your values no matter the chaos around you. This is the foundation of real, lasting dominance, not just winning in one moment, but becoming a person others respect and want to follow. The wisdom of the Stoics is timeless because it works. It teaches us to embrace challenges, to stay steady under pressure, and to act with integrity even when it's hard. If you make these principles part of your daily life, you won't just be reacting to the world, you'll be shaping it. You'll stand apart as someone who leads with strength and wisdom, not arrogance or force. Thank you again for being here and investing your time in learning and growing alongside me. I am excited to see how you take these lessons and make them your own. Until next time, keep your focus sharp, your mind steady, and your ambition high. Stay disciplined, keep improving, and remember, the real game is mastering yourself. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. How women secretly choose their men. Old Stoic wisdom. Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting 2 bodies. Aristotle. Many men believe women decide solely based on looks or wealth. The truth is far more profound. Women don't always select the best man on paper. Instead, they respond to something far deeper, primal instincts, emotional resonance, and an unspoken sense of trust that bypasses logic. A smile or flirtation isn't always a sign of being chosen. Attraction is only the surface, and attention doesn't equal commitment. Women observe quietly, testing in subtle, unpredictable ways, forming judgments long before they ever voice them. That's why a flawless date can end in silence. It's not about your effort or value, but about what their subconscious is truly seeking beneath the surface. This message reveals what genuinely influences a woman's choice, not what she says she wants, but what her biology, emotions, and intuition are tuned to recognize. If you're done guessing and want to move beyond being just fun to becoming the man she commits to, keep reading. When you grasp the 5 silent laws of female selection, you won't just attract attention, you'll draw in the right woman. One who respects you, desires you, and chooses you confidently, not because you pleaded for it, but because you've become the man who naturally commands it. Rule 1. Women choose men who make them feel safe to surrender, not safe to control. Many men mistakenly believe women seek emotional safety in softness or endless sympathy. This is wrong. Women don't want a therapist or a man who folds under pressure. They want a leader, a man calm in chaos, sharp under stress, silent under pressure. That kind of man doesn't collapse when tested. He remains still, focused, and grounded. This stillness, this self-possession, gives her the freedom to relax into her feminine energy without fear or resistance. Machiavelli wrote in The Prince, "It is better to be impetuous than cautious, because fortune is a woman." This means feminine energy does not surrender to predictability or weakness, but to grounded dominance, boldness, clarity, and strength. The woman, like fortune, submits not to control, but to those who command, with unwavering confidence and purpose. Imagine you're at a social gathering. She's noticing you for the first time. You don't shout or seek her approval. You speak calmly, listen intently, and move with clear direction. Other men try to impress with noise and flash, but you stand unbothered, solid, unshakable. She senses it, even if she can't explain why, and that silent strength intrigues her deeply. If you're in a relationship, she may bring up a sensitive issue, maybe an ex or a moment of insecurity. If you react defensively, justifying or explaining yourself endlessly, you lose her trust. But if you hold your ground, breathe deeply, listen without flinching, you become her anchor. She may cry, yell, or test you, but inside, she feels safe because you show you can handle her emotions without losing yourself. You must train your nervous system to be responsive, not reactive. The most powerful men don't get swept away by rising emotions. They slow their breath, control their bodies, and speak less, letting their presence communicate what words cannot. Women don't fall for men who chase emotional approval. They fall for men who remain unmoved by emotional storms, men who stand still when chaos threatens to break them. As Machiavelli might advise, you cannot control the storm, but you can learn to be the calm eye within it. This is not about being cold or unfeeling. It is about commanding respect through strength, resilience, and emotional mastery. Real leadership means accepting the storm's challenge without losing your center. When you embody this, you create an environment where she can let down her defenses and be truly vulnerable. That vulnerability is the doorway to deep connection, passion, and lasting trust. Remember, strength isn't loud. It's quiet, confident, and unwavering. As the great philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." You must be the man with that why, grounded in your purpose, unwavering in your presence. That is how women choose their men, not by charm or empty promises, but by the strength you radiate quietly. So don't chase approval or softness. Be the calm in her storm. Lead her with strength, not control. Stand tall when tested. Train your mind and body to respond, not react. And when she tests you, hold firm, because in that firmness, she finds her safety and her desire. That is old Stoic wisdom for the modern man. It is a call to action. Embody that strength in your daily life, in your relationships, and share your experience. Rule 2. Women choose men who communicate with clarity and intention. Rule 2 is not a suggestion. It is a command carved from the deepest wells of ancient wisdom and modern truth. Women choose men who communicate with crystal clear clarity and unwavering intention. Listen carefully. Ambiguity is your enemy. It's the silent poison that seeps into relationships, breeding doubt, confusion, and mistrust. A man who wavers, who speaks in half measures and hedges his words, loses his power and his place in her heart. If you want to be the man who commands respect, who earns unwavering trust. You must know exactly what you want and communicate it with calm authority. No pressure, no second guessing, no apologies. This is not about manipulation or playing games. It is about wielding the rarest and most potent form of power, a power rooted in honesty, integrity, and absolute transparency. Women sense strength when a man's words align perfectly with his actions. They feel safe when his intentions are clear, even if the truth isn't what they hoped for. Because clarity is more than truth. Clarity is security. Clarity is the fortress that shields a relationship from chaos and unnecessary drama. If you are single, the time for vague promises and wishy-washy answers is over. Be brutally honest about your availability, your desires, and your boundaries. Do it unapologetically. Do not soften your message to please or avoid conflict. Clarity is not just communication. It is a declaration of your self-worth and the standards you hold for your life and relationships. Women are wired to detect weakness behind hesitation and to reject it. When you speak clearly and stand by your words, you command respect without demanding it. If you are in a relationship, lead every conversation with openness and directness. This creates emotional safety, the most precious currency in any partnership, and cuts through the noise of miscommunication that fuels drama and distrust. Emotional safety is not negotiable. It is the foundation upon which trust is built, and trust is the bedrock of love. As the Stoics taught, say what you mean what you say. Your clarity should be sharp, unwavering, and consistent. This is how you become unforgettable. Consider the words of Ralph Waldo Emerson, who said, "What you do speaks so loudly that I cannot hear what you say." Your actions must echo your words perfectly. If your intentions are foggy, if your words contradict your deeds, you sow confusion and insecurity. You rob yourself the power to lead, to attract, and to hold. Women do not choose men who hide behind silence or evade tough conversations. They choose men who own their truth, who bring light to shadows, who offer certainty in a chaotic world. Your clarity is your sword and shield. It cuts away doubt and guards against betrayal. Be the man who does not hesitate or shrink from the truth. Speak your desires clearly and set your boundaries firmly. That is your power. That is your magnetism. Remember this. The modern world is flooded with noise, endless distractions, mixed signals, and emotional uncertainty. To rise above this chaos, you must be the beacon of clarity. You must become the man who offers certainty and direction. Women crave a partner who communicates with intention because it signals strength, reliability, and emotional maturity. This is your battlefield advantage. This is how you stand out in a sea of confusion. Speak clearly, act decisively, lead with purpose. Do not let fear of rejection or conflict silence your voice. As Theodore Roosevelt declared, it is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena. Be that man in the arena. Speak clearly, act with intention, own your space, own your life. If you want to become irresistible, if you want to build relationships that thrive on trust and respect, you must master the art of clear communication. This is your edge. This is your strength. This is how you move from uncertainty to certainty, from invisibility to unforgettable presence. Women do not fall for hesitation. They are drawn to men who lead with confidence and clarity. Do not be the man who leaves her guessing. Be the man who sets the course, who holds the map, who guides the journey with unwavering certainty. That is how you win. That is how you own your power. Now, it's time to act. Don't settle for being another voice lost in the crowd. Stand out, command respect, speak with clarity and intention every time. Let your words be a declaration of your strength and your vision. If you are ready to own this power, comment below with one word: clarity. Like, share, and subscribe to become the man who leads with purpose and lives life on his terms. Remember, clarity is not just communication, it is mastery. It is your pathway to success, respect, and unforgettable influence. Choose clarity, own your power, dominate your destiny. Rule 3. Women choose men who are desired by others. Understand this. Attraction is never isolated. It's not about who you think you are, it's about who the world acknowledges you to be. Machiavelli, a master of power and influence, nailed it. Power is not what you hold, but how others perceive you. Women don't pick men in a vacuum. They instinctively scan the world for signals. If you're invisible to others, you're invisible to her. If people respect you, talk about you, admire you, something primal in her shifts, you transform from just a man into a coveted prize. This is not speculation, it is a law of human nature. When you enter a room, do not seek validation. Validation is for the weak. Instead, command presence so strong that others acknowledge it without your asking. Speak with weight. Let your confidence ripple through the room like a silent force. Notice how others react. No need to prove anything. Your value is self-evident. When another woman gives you a subtle compliment, or a glance lingers a moment too long, she notices. She feels it. The fact that others desire you changes everything. Suddenly, your attention becomes rare currency, a valuable offering that means something. If you are in a relationship, hear this clearly. Do not allow comfort to dull your edge. Years together are no excuse to grow complacent or soft. Keep ascending, physically, socially, mentally. Elevate yourself relentlessly. Maintain respect outside your relationship. Let other women notice you, but do not flaunt it. Own it silently. Let friends seek your counsel. Let your reputation grow. Because deep down, she senses this power. She knows she is fortunate to hold your presence and that she must continue earning it. Build quiet power. Strengthen your reputation, your physique, your purpose. Not to chase fleeting admiration, but to create an irresistible gravitational pull. A man respected by others never begs for attention. Attention seeks him out. Machiavelli famously said, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." In modern life, translate this to relationships. Be admired first. Let love follow. You are not just a partner, you are a force. You are not an option, you are a prize. You must own this truth. Don't wait for her to notice you. Create a world where she can't help but notice. Become the man others want, the man women want by their very nature. Not because you chase it, but because you embody it. This is the secret that every man who has ever captivated a woman has understood intuitively. So stand tall, build that reputation. Let the world recognize your worth. You'll never need to ask for attention. It will come to you naturally, and when it does, you will know you have mastered the ancient wisdom of silent power, the Stoic command of presence that moves mountains and opens doors. If this message speaks to you, don't stay silent. Comment your commitment to rise, and subscribe for more truths that will sharpen your edge and transform your life. Say it loud. I am a man of value. I attract respect and admiration naturally. Don't wait. Own it now. Rule 4. Women choose men who lead emotionally. Women choose men who lead emotionally, and this truth is a cornerstone of timeless wisdom that echoes from Machiavelli to the Stoics. Machiavelli taught us that true power doesn't come from shouting orders or forcing control. It lies in setting the tone so others adjust to your presence naturally without even realizing it. In the realm of love, this power manifests as emotional leadership. Whether she openly admits it or not, a woman is constantly observing one vital question. Can you remain solid when emotions run wild? Can you stay grounded while she spirals through chaos? The man who becomes her emotional anchor, the steady force amid her storm, becomes the only man she truly chooses. If you are single, understand this. A woman's playful warmth one day and distant chill the next isn't indecisiveness. It's her test of your stability. Most men fall into the trap of chasing harder when she pulls back, mirroring her fluctuating mood like a pendulum caught in her emotional storm. But you must rise above this cycle. You don't change your pace or lose your calm. You stay focused, amused, and unbothered, flirting without need or desperation. You lead her energy effortlessly, and before she knows it, she is following your mood without even realizing it. If you're already in a relationship, picture this scenario. Dinner turns into an emotional battlefield. loud, chaotic, stormy. You do not raise your voice, nor do you retreat into silence. Instead, you remain centered. You pause, you hold your frame firmly. Through your calm, she finds safety, not because you agreed with her or placated the storm, but because you refuse to let her chaos move you. This is the essence of emotional leadership. When her feelings surge, never match the intensity. Instead, model what peace looks like. Remember Machiavelli's words, "The wise man does at once what the fool does finally." Don't wait for the storm to pass. Be the calm she submits to from the start. Women do not choose the loudest, most volatile man. They choose the one who quietly rules the emotional atmosphere. This is no empty advice. In real life, men who master this art find themselves more attractive, more trusted, and more deeply connected, because emotional stability is the foundation of all lasting relationships. You must learn to be the calm in her storm, the steady presence she can lean on without fear. Stop chasing chaos. Start mastering it. Remember the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." You must react with unwavering composure. When you do this, you don't just survive emotional tempests, you command them. Your role is not to be swept away, but to be the rock she can't help but choose. So take this lesson seriously. It's not about controlling her emotions, it's about mastering your own. Show her the man who leads emotionally and watch how naturally she follows. Rule 5. Women choose men who aren't afraid to walk away. Machiavelli, centuries ago, understood a profound truth. The strongest ruler is not the one who desperately clings to power, but the one who can relinquish the crown without losing himself. Power does not belong to the most agreeable, nor to the man who pleads and compromises endlessly. It belongs to the man who values himself so deeply that he's willing to lose everything: status, approval, even love, except his own integrity and boundaries. This ancient wisdom translates directly to love and attraction. A woman may cherish your loyalty, but what she respects most is your clarity about where you draw the line. She watches closely, always testing. Will you sacrifice your limits just to hold on to her? If you do, you lose not just her respect, but your own. This is the silent truth that many men never grasp. Love does not thrive on desperation. It flourishes in the space created by respect and self-possession. If you're single, you know the game all too well. She is inconsistent, one day warm and engaged, the next distant and cold. She flakes on plans. She tests your patience like a stone tossed into still water. Most men respond by explaining themselves endlessly, by trying harder, by becoming predictable and desperate. But that is exactly what you must avoid. Instead, walk away. Not with anger, not with a grand farewell or a desperate plea, but simply vanish from her immediate world. No drama, no revenge, no justification. This is your power. Your silence speaks louder than words. Suddenly, she sees you differently. You're not like the others who chase endlessly. You chase something greater: truth and self-respect. This kind of withdrawal, calm and unwavering, forces a woman to recognize your value, not because you begged for it, but because you refuse to compromise who you are to gain it. You become a mystery, a challenge, a man who demands to be earned, not given. For those in relationships, this principle is even more critical. Imagine this scenario. You have established clear boundaries at home, standards that reflect your worth and values. She crosses those boundaries again and again. The instinct for many men is to raise their voices, to plead, to show pain and disappointment in hopes she will change. But true strength lies elsewhere. You do not lose your calm, nor do you beg for respect. Instead, you pull back your presence, your energy, your attention, your availability. You withdraw, not as a punishment, but as a declaration of self-respect. And this time, you do not return immediately. The silence you create is a force more potent than anger or argument. No man is more feared than the one who walks away without fear. His absence speaks volumes about his worth, about what he demands from the relationship and from himself. This is the kind of man who holds the true power because he refuses to be diminished or controlled. Here is the subtle but vital strategy. Detach your identity from her affection. Do not make her the prize you must win or keep at all costs. Make your peace, your self-worth, and your boundaries the real prize. If she repeatedly violates those boundaries, do not waste energy on arguments or attempts to explain. Instead, exit the situation. Walk away not from hate or bitterness, but from a place of self-love and clarity. This is not weakness, it is the ultimate strength. The ability to prioritize your own peace over someone else's approval is a mark of a man who understands what he truly deserves. Machiavelli's wisdom rings clear here. If being loved requires you to abandon yourself, then being feared, respected, and honored for your strength is the only honorable path. The man who cannot be controlled, who refuses to beg or plead, is the man a woman never forgets. He is the man who commands her attention without desperation, the man whose absence makes her question everything she thought she wanted. Walking away is not giving up. It is standing tall in the face of uncertainty and valuing yourself more than any fleeting approval. That is the old Stoic wisdom. Power is held by those who are willing to lose everything but themselves. In modern life, this means stop clinging to relationships that demand your surrender. Stand firm in your values, hold your limits sacred, and know that true respect and lasting attraction comes only when you refuse to lose yourself trying to hold onto someone else. Be that man. Rule 6. Women choose men who embody purpose beyond the relationship. A man's true value is never measured solely by how well he treats a woman in the moment, but rather by what drives him when she's not watching. Women instinctively sense purpose. It's the quiet force that fuels a man's actions and defines his character. They are drawn to men who carry a mission, a passion, or a cause greater than themselves, a purpose that demands dedication and resilience. This sense of purpose creates a depth that no superficial charm or fleeting attention can match. It signals strength, independence, and the kind of unshakable foundation that every woman craves, whether she realizes it or not. You are not merely a man who is available. You are a man who is becoming someone significant, someone who matters in the broader scope of life. As Friedrich Nietzsche said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." This means your purpose becomes the anchor that steadies you through challenges and attracts others not because of what you offer momentarily, but because of who you are becoming consistently. If you are single, do not make the mistake of hiding your ambitions or burying your goals in silence. Speak of them subtly through your actions rather than empty boasts. Ambition and discipline reveal themselves naturally when you wake up every day to pursue something meaningful. You must become a man whose life is ruled by intention rather than circumstance. This is what separates the man who is passively waiting for love from the man who is actively living a life worth loving. Show her your purpose through your everyday choices, your habits, your work ethic, your relentless pursuit of growth. This is the magnetic force that draws women closer, even if they don't voice it. On the other hand, if you are in a relationship, beware of losing yourself entirely in her world. Many men fall into the trap of surrendering their own passions to cater exclusively to their partner's needs or desires. Do not fall into this trap. Maintain your individuality and keep chasing what fuels your spirit. The balance between being present for your woman and relentlessly pursuing your own growth is the true definition of attractiveness. It is the equilibrium of confidence and resilience that makes you not just desirable, but indispensable. Remember the wisdom of Theodore Roosevelt. Far better it is to dare mighty things, to win glorious triumphs, even though checkered by failure, than to rank with those timid spirits who neither enjoy much nor suffer much, because they live in a grey twilight that knows not victory nor defeat. Your purpose is your mighty thing, your mission that colours your world with meaning. Without it, you risk becoming just another face in the crowd, a man who exists but does not truly live. Purpose gives you strength to stand tall when times get tough and to be a beacon of stability and inspiration to those around you. Women are attuned to this energy and will choose a man who is a lighthouse in the storm over one who is merely a passing shadow. The Stoic wisdom embedded in this rule is clear. You must own your purpose, or you will lose your power. In real life, this means making deliberate choices every day that align with your bigger picture. Whether it's dedicating time to mastering a craft, nurturing a vision, or giving yourself to a cause, these are the acts that build a legacy far beyond fleeting relationships. Don't be fooled into thinking that loving a woman means losing yourself. It means showing her how much richer your love is, because it comes from a life lived with intention. The strongest men are those who do not simply exist for others, but have a mission that defines them independently. This is the essence of real strength and attractiveness. So take this truth seriously. Do not let your relationship become the only defining element of your identity. You must cultivate purpose, ambition, and resilience. Be a man who commands respect, not just by his presence, but by the life he is building outside of any relationship. That is the man women seek quietly, but unmistakably. You must be that man. Share your thoughts below. How do you balance your purpose with your relationships? What drives you beyond the immediate? Let your voice be heard in the comments and inspire others to find their true path. Rule 7. Women choose men who master the art of patience and timing. Rule 7 reveals a timeless truth. Women choose men who have mastered the art of patience and timing. This is not about passivity or weakness. It's about strength wrapped in restraint. Rushing through connection kills attraction faster than almost anything else. Women inherently sense when a man is pushing too hard, when he's trying to sprint through a process that demands careful steps. The connection between a man and a woman is a delicate dance, not a race to the finish line. This dance requires rhythm, attentiveness, and an understanding that every moment holds weight. Patience is not simply waiting, it is a deliberate act that communicates profound respect. Respect for her as a person, respect for yourself as a man, and respect for the sacred process of building something real. When you practice patience, you create anticipation. Anticipation breeds excitement and intrigue, making every interaction more charged with meaning. This is how trust is formed, not instantly, but steadily over time. If you are single, this means do not rush texts, phone calls, or meetings. Let momentum develop naturally. When you force speed, you show a lack of confidence in the process and in yourself. Women appreciate a man who knows his value and does not scramble for attention. This kind of patience sends a clear message. You are a man who understands that true connection cannot be hurried. It must grow layer by layer, like the rings of a tree, strong and enduring. On the other hand, if you're already in a relationship, patience takes on an even deeper role. You must have patience with her moods, which can fluctuate like the weather. You must be patient with the pace of commitment, understanding that not all steps forward happen overnight. And you must have patience with challenges, because no meaningful relationship is without obstacles. When a man demonstrates patience through these trials, he builds a foundation no storm can topple. This foundation is not built on grand gestures alone, but on consistent, steady presence and calm resolve. Timing is power. Learn to wield it like a weapon and a shield. Acting too soon or too late can break the fragile thread of attraction and trust. Knowing when to speak and when to listen, when to move forward and when to hold back, defines the man who commands respect and desire. This is ancient wisdom, echoed through Stoic philosophy and the experiences of generations before us. Control your impulses, master your emotions, and act with purpose. In modern life, where instant gratification is king and patience is scarce, this rule becomes more relevant than ever. The digital age tempts you to speed up every interaction. Texts demand immediate replies, social media feeds bombard you with options, and dating apps push for fast decisions. Resist this. Stand firm in the old Stoic wisdom. Let your restraint be your power. When you slow down, you create space for genuine connection to breathe. You show a woman that you are a man of depth, not desperation. You teach yourself discipline, which is the backbone of all success in life and love. Remember, impatience is the enemy of attraction. Don't give it a foothold. When you rush, you reveal insecurity. When you wait with calm confidence, you reveal strength. Women sense this truth intuitively. They are drawn to men who hold their own ground, who do not bend to the frantic pace of modern dating. Your patience becomes a magnet, pulling her in closer, inviting her to invest her own time and heart in the dance. The power of timing also applies beyond the initial stages of romance. It extends to how you handle conflict, how you make decisions about the future, and how you support her growth alongside your own. Acting hastily in these moments can fracture trust. Waiting for the right moment to communicate or take action can heal and deepen bonds. This is the mark of a man who understands not just women, but life itself. So to every man listening, do not rush love. Let it come to you naturally, like a tide drawn by the moon's pull. Respect the process, respect her, and most importantly, respect yourself enough to walk at a pace that honors your true worth. Patience and timing are not signs of weakness. They are the ultimate demonstrations of power, wisdom, and control. Master these, and you will not just attract a woman, you will build a connection that lasts a lifetime. Rule 8. Women choose men who keep them curious. This is not a mere casual observation, but a principle rooted deeply in human psychology, echoed by Machiavelli's timeless insight. Control does not come from brute force, but from shaping perception. People don't act based on reality. They act based on what they believe to be real. Attraction works the same way. Women do not fall in love with what they fully understand. Predictability is the enemy of desire. Instead, they fall for the mystery, the unknown, the puzzle they are eager to solve. If you are a man who reveals everything about himself too soon, you kill the spark before it even has a chance to ignite. The more predictable you are, the more your power fades. When you leave space for her to wonder, to imagine, to guess your thoughts, intentions, and next move, you ignite her imagination. And imagination is the root of emotional connection. This is not just about playing games, but about creating a dynamic where you remain interesting, alive, and intriguing in her eyes. If you are single and meet a woman for the first time, resist the urge to flood the conversation with words and energy. Do not show desperation or overexcitement. Instead, practice the art of measured silence. Speak deliberately, with pauses that invite her curiosity. Listen more than you speak. Then, disappear without warning. Not because you don't care, but because your focus must remain on your own life and priorities. Do not chase her with texts or calls. Let the tension build naturally. When she starts asking herself questions like, where is he? What is he thinking? Who is he with? You have become a mystery worth exploring. This is power. It's not manipulation. It's the natural consequence of valuing yourself and your time. In today's world of instant gratification and constant connectivity, the man who knows how to withhold, who does not give everything away, commands attention and respect. For those already in a relationship, this rule applies with equal force. Do not mistake intimacy for total transparency. You do not owe your partner a play-by-play of your every thought or feeling as if reporting to a superior. You must guard a sacred part of yourself, an untouchable inner core that remains fiercely independent. Set aside time for your goals, your ambitions, and your solitude. By doing so, you communicate a powerful message. You care, but you do not lose yourself in the process. This edge of independence keeps her engaged. It is the tension between closeness and distance that fuels desire over time. If you make yourself fully available and predictable, you become ordinary. But by maintaining boundaries, you maintain the spark. She senses your commitment, but she also senses the mystery, the man she still wants to explore. Yet the wisdom goes deeper. Do not let her know everything. Instead, let her feel everything. True attraction is never born from clarity or certainty. It is born from tension and subtlety. Let her wonder about your thoughts, your focus, your intentions. Never rush to explain your value or your worth. Let it be revealed through your actions, your behavior, your presence. Your value is a myth you build piece by piece, not a story you tell outright. In the modern age, where oversharing and constant availability have become the norm. The man who embraces the power of mystery stands apart. Let your actions create intrigue. Let your silence speak louder than your words. Be the man who is not easily understood, but deeply felt. In everyday life, this translates to practical advice. Don't rush to answer every message immediately. Don't reveal your entire emotional state at once. Focus on your own growth, your passions, your work. When you meet her, be calm, be composed, be present but not desperate. If you're committed, keep your independence alive. Pursue your goals and keep some things private, not as secrets, but as a way to maintain your identity. Remember, attraction thrives in the space between knowing and wondering. Don't offer the map when what she craves is the adventure. This is not manipulation. This is the ancient wisdom of balance, being close but not clinging, showing care but not surrendering control. This lesson is a call to men to reclaim their power through presence and restraint. Do not be the open book that anyone can read at a glance. Be the man who writes a story worth discovering chapter by chapter. It is in this deliberate enigma, this sacred tension, that women find not only attraction, but respect, admiration, and a bond that endures. Your challenge is clear. Keep her curious, keep her guessing, and in doing so, keep her heart engaged. If you found yourself here, you've already done what most men refuse to do. You've looked in the mirror and told yourself the truth. You've stepped out of your comfort zone and into something real. What I'm about to say will leave a mark on you, one you won't forget. A woman doesn't choose with logic. She chooses with her body, her emotion, her instinct. She feels your energy before she understands it. And most men spend their whole lives confused because they never learn the rules she'll never say out loud. But now you do. Now you see what most men ignore. You see past the surface, past the words, the smiles, the attention. You've stepped outside the fog that keeps average men chasing validation, trying to prove themselves, hoping to be picked. Because once you understand how women really choose, you don't chase. You don't over-explain. You don't perform for approval you don't need. You lead, you filter, you observe, and you stand so firmly in who you are that no storm can shake you. This isn't about being cold. This isn't about playing games. This is about strategy, clarity, quiet power. It's what Machiavelli would admire in any ruler. Not brute force, but calm command. Not control over others, but control over self. And once you claim that power, you stop being selected. You start doing the selecting, because the man who commands his space, protects his standards, and leads his own life doesn't need to convince anyone. She feels it. And if she's the right one, she follows. If not, you walk without hesitation. Women don't choose the loudest man, or the nicest man, or even the richest man. They choose the one who moves with certainty, the one who can be loved but doesn't need it to stand tall, the one who could have her but never sacrifices himself to keep her. That man doesn't just get chosen. He gets remembered, respected, and desired even in silence. And from this moment on, that man is you. Thank you so much for watching all the way through. I truly appreciate your time, and I want to leave you with something important before you go. If you're someone who is serious about changing your life, about stepping away from the crowd and the usual way most people approach relationships and self-worth, this is for you. The truth is, most people don't realize how much of what they believe about attraction and connection comes from outdated ideas or shallow advice. But what I'm working on right now is going to change all that. It will give you a fresh perspective rooted in old Stoic wisdom, timeless principles that have guided men for centuries, but that many have forgotten. This isn't about tricks or manipulation. It's about growing into the kind of person women respect and are naturally drawn to. It's about discovering confidence from the inside out, about being steady and calm in who you are, no matter what life throws your way. This shift in mindset and energy will completely change the way women see you, and more importantly, how you see yourself. So stay tuned, because what's coming next is designed specifically for men who want to break free from the 99% and truly level up their life and relationships. I'm excited to share it with you soon. Now, if today's message struck a chord with you, I encourage you not to just let it fade away in your mind. Take a moment to write a comment below, even just a few words about what stood out. Writing things down helps your brain remember and digest these ideas more deeply. Plus, your comment might help someone else who's reading this and looking for exactly the guidance you found here. If you found value in this video, please hit the like button. Your support means a lot and helps this message reach more people who need it. And don't forget to share this video with someone you think could benefit from hearing it today. Sometimes the smallest nudge can make the biggest difference in someone's life. Above all, remember to trust your instincts. You have a built-in compass inside you that knows what's right. The world can be confusing and overwhelming, but your gut feeling and your deeper sense of self can guide you through. We're all trying to find clarity, connection, and purpose, and that journey starts with how you see yourself. When you start with respect and confidence in who you are, everything else falls into place. Changing your life isn't about rushing or forcing things. It's about steady progress, small, consistent steps, and being honest with yourself. Embrace the process, stay patient, and keep your eyes on what really matters. I believe in you, and I'm here to support you every step of the way. Thanks again for being here, for listening, and for being ready to grow. I can't wait to share more wisdom with you soon. Until next time, take care of yourself, stay strong, and keep moving forward.